I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Health insurance rates in America are surging, leaving millions without affordable options. But Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills while lifting one another up in prayer. It's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes? Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, we talked about this a little bit on yesterday's award-winning program. You know, parents doing the best they can to protect their kids from sex and or violence in movies or TV. So, as I said, my parents, they wanted to protect me from the sex. So my first R-rated movie was Alien, which scared the ever-living piss out of me, but there were no boobs, so my folks were cool. Now, little did they know, I'd already seen naked women thanks to my brother's friend and an issue at Penthouse that he had shown me about 2 years before that. And to this day, two of my favorite things are, in fact, naked women and aliens not busting for my stomach and killing my friends. But speaking of naked women, the average age for your first exposure to pornography is around 13 years old. As some kids are being exposed to it now as young as the age of 9, thanks mostly to the internet. I think we can all piece that one together. But that's just porn. That does not mean that you won't be exposed to nudity. Our very own Miles Montgomery had what I would call the absolute misfortune of accompanying his grandfather to the YMCA back when he was around 6 years old. No big deal, but as I understand it, it was cool until he went into the locker room and was surrounded by many old men who were also naked. And as Miles put it, they're just talking to each other like they're having a cup of coffee. Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Nice penis.
Right, you're 6 years old and there's a bunch of old naked men all around you. And as it was explained to me, it was not awesome. And again, there's a difference between nudity and pornography, but whichever way you digest it first, still kind of a jolt to the system. I think for most people, it's your first experience with that. But that's how it goes. And sometimes, well, like today, that's the root of today's question, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. Today, we want to know, what was your first experience of seeing another naked human?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KI.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while paying for overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to health insurance with a biblical solution. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
Is your business ready for what's next? Think about where you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10. Growth isn't about numbers. It's having the right specialist by your side. Moss Adams and Baker Tilly have joined forces to create a remarkable new organization. It's one advisory firm with resources, expertise, and vision built specifically to serve the middle market to help you get to what's next. Learn how Baker Tilly can help your business pursue its vision of success. Visit bakertilly.com/combo.
Hold the tolls, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4441. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon.
Gorgeous.
Guaranteed future repeat. Hopefully you're staying dry out there. Return to Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30. I don't know how you do it, Steve. You find people doing bad things in the news. You bring us 3 of those stories every week. We have to determine out of the 3 which one sucks the least. So is there a theme to this week's Who Sucks Less?
No particular theme this week. It's just, let's say we got tourists that, again, self-entitled tourists. You know, maybe don't destroy some ancient landmark, quote-unquote, for a better view. It's like pushing down Stonehenge so you can see the rest of the field, right? Maybe don't do that.
You ever thought about with the holidays doing like 3 really feel-good stories and we determine who the best person is?
What if I do 3 feel-good stories, but we still have to determine who sucks the least? Right? So even if it's like they did a great charity, well, this guy, he only raised $10 million. This guy raised $15 million.
Like the guy you were talking about earlier in the office. You know, one of those type guys.
Oh, well, Mike, I was telling him about the guy that you and I know.
Oh, yeah.
Charitable, but just don't ask him questions.
Yeah.
You know, does a lot of good, but you don't want to know.
You could also, in theory, you could have a list and just read off all the great stuff people did. And we got to pick one and then tell us who the evil person is that did all that great stuff.
All right, but here's what you need to know about.
Oh, yes.
All right, so next week,
Yes.
it'll be one of those like, oh,
twist.
no, they gave money to charity. They also had 40 bodies buried in the backyard.
There we go.
Yeah.
Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30.
I like that twist.
Programming note, I need to let you guys know this now. As we get set for Friday's Unwrapped show up at Angel of the Winds Arena. Just know the pre-funk party's still going on, our live broadcast from 2 till 6. Tony V's absolutely free. Just got to be 21 years of age to get in.
Yes.
We will have a couple bands coming down from Angel of the Winds for a couple of interviews. You will be the live audience. We're going to do the whole show based around you guys.
Yeah, that's it.
Stop by, get a nice men's room IPA and a bright yellow can, and join us at Tony V's.
And I would also say, too, even if you're not going on the show, though we did just release some more tickets.
Yeah,
$55.
$55. Wasn't sure if I legally could say it. Just came out of my mouth. But wait, so there's still tickets out there. But even if you don't have a ticket, swing by, watch us do the show.
That's right.
We need you in the audience.
Well, and I found out today that
Have a
one
beverage.
In one of the bands that we'll be interviewing, it's Slash's son.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Are we doing like the kids tour, right? So you got Wolfgang Van Halen, you got Slash's son.
Well, to be honest with you,
We didn't get Paul Stanley's son out here.
we've
and Gene Simmons.
Child actresses.
we've
Child actresses. My God.
We've interviewed a
For
lot
the
of people
kids, Ted.
over the years, but like Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. when they
Sure.
played in those baseball games together and they hit a home run in the same game, whatever the deal is. I believe this is our first in 20 years interview with a child of someone who we've already
interviewed before. Yeah.
Because we've interviewed Slash a couple times, but I don't believe we've ever interviewed a father, son, daughter, mother, whatever
Honestly,
combination.
I feel like your best bet would be someone like Jack Osborne, who has his own career now if he's promoting his TV show. But I can't even think of.
So this is a first. That's cool.
That is kind of cool. Do we tell him that, or do we just not bring it up?
Man, at the Van Halen show back at when it was
Do we
Key
tell him
Arena,
about his dad pouring out the sweet and low?
We can
during the commercial break?
He knows who his dad
Okay,
is.
just saying.
Yeah, I mean it's Slash.
Last time we talked to your father.
You got to tell them that part. You got to tell them the part about you guys if you want them backstage.
You know the first thing I'm going to do is look at his fingers. I'm looking at the kid's fingers. Because we told Slash he has like just kind of some fat sausage fingers like Elton John for a dude who plays guitar as well as he does.
There's also an after party at Apex happening after the show at Angel of the Winds, a couple blocks away. So is Tony V. So if you're coming up to the show and you want to hang with us for a few hours, I'll definitely do that. Friday starting at 2 o'clock. All right, on to our question. We were talking about parenting yesterday on the show and the idea that, what would you what did you take from your parents, good or bad, whether that be hereditary or just, things you do that is similar to them or things that you would never do based on the fact that
they did it.
They did it. And you're like, I'm not going to repeat that. No way in hell. But we did get on the subject of, things that you were allowed to do as far as either, watching R-rated movies. Or,
yeah, they try to protect you from what they perceive to be the more adult content.
And I took the opposite approach. My idea was, look, I was always shielded from this stuff.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't have HBO. I had friends that had those kind of services.
Right.
But at the same time, every R-rated movie I went to, up until the time that I was 18, needed to be seen by my parents first. Mm-hmm. And that's up to 18. Look, I don't really think they questioned it. I would go to the movies. You really didn't get carded. So I did
Not
see,
so much.
I'm driving. I'm 16 years old. Yes, I'm going to an R-rated movie. That's just the way it goes down. And it wasn't, you did not go for the gratuity. You went because this was a great movie and people were talking about it and said you needed to see it.
The movies you heard about, you might hear there's boobs in it, but typically it's a comedy or it's a horror movie, and inevitably there'll be boobs in it. But like you said, that's not why you went. And parents, they'd kind of watch these movies for you and still make the determination. Like, oh, well, there's a set of boobs. Like, Mom, that's nothing to do with
I
what
want to say
see the movie.
Naked Gun was PG. They had nudity in there. I mean, there
I
was some
remember
movies.
we snuck in. I don't think my parents cared that there was nudity but we snuck in to White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah.
And same thing. Turns out there was a little bit of nudity.
A little bit. You were happy about it, I'm sure.
We were. I think they more just didn't want us going to see that movie.
But then they don't know. Like, my uncle, he was always like the tech guy. So when VCRs first came out, he got a VCR. And we didn't even know what that was. But he's like, hey, Steven, these movies have been released in theaters. We can watch them in our living room. Mind-blowing, right? So they got The Howling. And it's a werewolf movie. And I've said this before, but it's a werewolf movie. There's nothing particularly scary about it. But as we're watching it, there's a scene where these people are sitting on the couch. It's a man and a woman. They start getting down. They start having sex. But it's uncomfortable because I'm 9, 10 years old, and I'm surrounded by both parents, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins, my brother, right? So whatever. But to make it worse, not only are they having sex on the couch, but they turn into werewolves while they're having sex. Okay, so I'm just like, but as a kid, it's not that it was even a big deal. I'm just like, I am uncomfortable sitting here surrounded by the people I'm surrounded by. Sure. Watching people have sex, and now they're still having sex as werewolves. But the scene ends. It's just, and they move on to the next scene. But it's kind of quiet. Nobody wants to say anything. And my uncle just said, "Hey, Steven, that means it was good."
Jesus. Well, and here's the thing about nudity. Like, look, Steve, you're bringing up my first recollection with nudity, and it was my grandfather. He would go to the YMCA every day to get his workout on. Actually, a pretty nice facility. They had an indoor pool. They had a basketball court that was inside.
The Y is great.
I mean, that's what I basically did. I sat in there
up to a point,
go swimming and shoot basketball. But like anything else, it was just one of those mandatory things. Even, I guess it was middle school or junior high that we were required to take showers after gym.
After gym, sure.
But this is all before that. And it's not necessarily like, look, we've all seen nudity in different forms or fashions, whether that's the fact that your parents got a subscription to National Geographic and they were an educated type of family.
Plenty of boobs.
Or your dad got a Playboy subscription and you could
Penthouse,
sneak that.
But yes.
Whatever it was. And look at those.
He was Penthouse.
Good man.
I appreciated that, man.
Whether you were watching Benny Hill on PBS when they would show boobs all the time, or Monty Python, which would do the same thing. If you were watching British comedies, they lent themselves to nudity later on in life. If you were watching Spanish soap operas.
Oh yeah,
they made out. They did all that stuff. They had partial nudity in their soap operas that were running on daytime television.
In commercials for soap. Like you didn't know what they were saying, but they're going to this commercial. It's for some kind of soap, whatever. And it's this lady. I don't know what she's saying. I assume it's soap because she's holding it up. And she drops her bathrobe and climbs into the bath and just like, wow, man.
Now, as a 6-7-year-old kid, however old I was when I went to YMCA, look, I was one of those kids that, when it was bath time, I shut the door. I closed the door. I didn't want my parents walking in on bath time, you know what I mean? As much as I didn't want to walk in on them during bath time. But with my grandfather, you got in the shower. If you got in that pool, if you worked out, if you did anything, you're going to get a shower. That's the way it's going to go. Everybody who was working out got a shower. Now, the shower, let's say it had 6 or 8 heads. It was one big room. It was a gymnasium-style shower. Maybe
12 or 16, depending on your count.
Maybe like the kind that you'd have in middle school or high school or whatever. So it's a group shower.
It's a gym shower.
It's a gym shower. And, me as a little kid, it just, all these guys are naked. I mean, they are naked.
But they're also old men, so it's like
They
the
are.
worst version.
They're
of
probably in
naked.
their 40s, late 40s, early 50s. I mean, my mom had me when she was 20.
All right.
So it wasn't like they were archaic. They were, it wasn't like you're looking at,
They weren't saggy yet.
It's your granddad, but I
Right.
mean, he's our age, essentially,
Yeah, I know.
at that point. But it was just, I mean.
So disgusting.
So, you get in there and you get into the shower, and it takes a little while to get the water temperature right as a kid because, as a kid, you take a bath.
Right.
You're I was a bath kid, right? So you run the water, you take a bath, you can adjust that along the way. Showers, you're fidgeting with everything, trying to figure everything out. And you just turn around and you got to remember you're D-high for the most part with most of the people in there. Might have been 5 feet at the time, I doubt it.
At 6, you were not 5 feet
that's what
tall.
I'm saying. So, I mean, you're
D-high.
You're Hyde Johnson level. I mean, for the most part. And these guys would, soap up, lather, do all the things.
Your girl and your grandson.
It wasn't like they were facing the wall. They were all turned the other
Right.
way and still talking to each other. And I just remember thinking to myself, I was just so embarrassed. And I had no reason to be embarrassed. I didn't have hair all over my body. Obviously, my penis is not as big as any of these people in here.
Your girl and your Johnson.
But
Hey,
it was
Grandpa.
but it was just one of those things that it stuck in my head was because anytime he would say, do you want to go to the YMCA? And to me, it's like, well, yeah, I do want to go swimming in the pool.
But
I do want to go shoot baskets.
However,
I do want to do, they had a couple other things you could do as a kid, that weren't just weights and that kind of stuff. But it was always one of those things I really want to go, but can I shower maybe in my swim trunks? Or,
Right.
I think I might have even asked that. Do I have to get in the shower with you guys? Yeah.
I mean, it's stunning the first time you see it, right? Because my grade school didn't have group showers.
Yeah.
But after seeing the old guys, and to me, it's the lounging.
They're just how little they care.
Or at the water fountain. You know what I mean? You've had time. But now with that said, as you get older, I started doing it. If it's just for men, then I'm naked in the steam room. Or the sauna.
Absolutely. Look, man.
But as a kid, you're just why are they naked?
It's
and
different.
then, they're just chatting with each other, drinking water.
And you got to remember, when I played college football, the locker room, you had your towel in there and everything else. There was a gigantic shower in there. But between the main entrance to get to the training room, you had to walk through the locker room.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of female physical trainers that are in there either, taking care of you or studying to be a physical therapist or an athletic, physical therapist when they graduate. And they would walk through all the time.
Sure.
But you would never get dressed. You didn't have to. You left your towel in your locker. You just walked in there because you're probably going to pop in the sauna first.
Yeah.
Or pop in the steam room, then jump over to the shower, then walk back. So, I knew there were 3 girls that I went to school with, and they knew everybody on that football team, and they knew what they looked like naked.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really even a big deal. It was just...
I think it's the situation.
It was.
I'm not trying to impress you. You are here for a specific reason, and kind of let it go.
My head coach, Don Nealon, I know exactly what his ass looks like. It's flatter than mine. I know what his penis looks like because I've showered with him, 50 times.
Sure.
The head coach, it was just that was the environment.
But at that age, I don't think it's a big deal.
It was, but that was locker room culture. It wasn't none of that was shocking. None of that was an issue.
Did they do physicals in your elementary school? They used to have a doctor that would come around at least once per grade, and they would just do physicals there, right? Whatever the case is, just like the regular physical you get now that you pay to go. It was just part of the deal in public schools, and it was no big deal. We all had to strip down our tighty-whities. So you're in a room with 12 of us. And nobody cared, because tighty-whities, you're still cool, right? Nothing's weird. But you went on the other side of a screen, and when you heard your buddy cough, we would all giggle, because we knew at that point the doctor had his underwear down and his fingers under his testicles, right?
Correct.
The hernia test. And it's stupid. It didn't matter. We were all going to do it, but you couldn't see them. But once we heard the we're all like, oh, his penis is out.
Yeah.
Right? It just... Every single time, and then you hated it when it was you, that's all we waited for.
It was kind of for whatever reason, the locker room was kind of it worked as your advantage every once in a while. There was a guy I played with, linebacker, man. He was probably 6'4", Boris Graham. He was built like Superman. I mean, this guy, dad came from a military background. That guy did push-ups his entire life. He was just that guy.
Right.
He had a penis down to his knee. Now I knew his girlfriend, Jen. I actually dated Jen's volleyball teammate. Yeah. Anyway, Jen breaks up with Boris. Jen now wants to go out with me.
You're like, I can't help you.
I am not going out with you.
You're just like, now.
I know where you've been.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is nothing on this planet that I can help you with. Nothing. I think you're a wonderful person. I think you're a great human being.
Right.
We are never going out. We're never going out. What was your first experience seeing another human naked? 206-803-ROCK.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Health insurance rates in America are surging, leaving millions without affordable options. But Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills while lifting one another up in prayer. It's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
In a world of endless notifications, there could be an important one you're missing. Your kidneys may be signaling an SOS. With high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you of early signs of damage, which may put you at higher risk for events like heart attack or stroke. But there's a simple test that can help spot a hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a urine test called UACR to help detect kidney disease and heart risk early. To learn more, visit detectthesos.com today.
Is your business ready for what's next? Think about where you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10. Growth isn't about numbers. It's having the right specialist by your side. Moss Adams and Baker Tilly have joined forces to create a remarkable new organization. It's one advisory firm with resources, expertise, and vision built specifically to serve the middle market to help you get to what's next. Learn how Baker Tilly can help your business pursue its vision of success. Visit bakertilly.com/combo.
From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room.
Our question, what was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rose. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, weed and gigolos.
Hola.
Hola. Well, I grew up in a wild pack of hippies down on the California coastline. And my mother was a nude art model.
So did you see her naked first?
Well, yeah. So I would walk uptown from where we lived, and she would model in the art center up the street there, and I'd go as a little kid up there to see her to get some money for candy. And at the time, my stepfather also worked as a nude model for art classes, and they would pose together. Well, as I got older, I realized, it's an easy job to do. So I started doing it at the local colleges. And my mother worked there and my stepfather worked there. So one day I was going in to, change into my robe and get out on the model stand. And my stepfather comes out. He goes, "Oh, hi, Rose. It looks like we're working together today."
Oh, man.
What was that experience like?
Okay, would it have been better if it was your real father? Is it easier?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that would be a little weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, my stepfather and I grew up. I met him when I was like 6 or 7. So he was kind of like my dad, I guess.
What were they paying you by the hour or by the classroom time, which is typically an hour,
It was by
right?
the hour. It's $20 cash.
Oh, man.
All right. That's
See,
back in the day.
my buddy made $50 an hour, or class, which was sometimes 50 minutes.
So did you only work with him the one time, or did you guys find yourselves paired up on occasion?
No. It was only that one time.
Now,
it was awkward.
Did you have naked art in your home?
Yes, I do. I have naked art of myself in my home.
Yeah,
Okay.
invite us over. So when
Yeah, so
when you're posing with your stepdad, you said it's a little bit awkward. You go like, and I understand that, but if I'm back to, say it's my mother, right? I'm already like, this sucks. But if we're back to back as we're posing, I can live with that. Did you guys have to face each other? Were you just sitting side by side or what?
Oh, no. Well, he said, why don't you go down into the prone position like when you were shooting your rifle at the gun range? So I'd get down, and I pretended I was holding a rifle down there, and he was up standing somewhere doing some other thing, I don't know what. But that was better. I was laying down at least. And so one of the artists come up to me years later, and he says, with that drawing I did of you and John, I got a scholarship to go to art school with.
Wow! So he didn't have to draw the turtle, the tortoise, or the pirate, or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
I mean, that is kind of a smart idea.
What's that?
Instead of having to look at her like fully naked, like just lay down, like get.
That's
like
why
that,
it was
like,
his idea. Yeah,
no, like just lay down.
Now, I have to ask. So, like anything else, if you're at a street fair, or whatever, and someone does a caricature of you or a quick picture of your kid or whatever, you get a pretty good idea what's going on. Now, I'm assuming there's 20 people in the room. They're all doing pictures of you. Were some just, when you looked at them, were they horrible, or were some good? Like, what was the percentage of ones where you were like, all right, that's a pretty good representation of me?
Right.
Or, I mean, is that just
more
abstract?
That's right. It does happen. And you say to yourself, you're like, God damn it, do I look like that? My butt's so big or something.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And,
like if they drew me with a real teeny tiny piece, I'd be like, hey, dude, hook me up a little bit more here. Well, it's cold in here.
Did it ever make you self-conscious to look at the picture that somebody drew, and like you said, like, is my ass really that big, or do my boobs face different directions?
Do
or
my
whatever?
nipples look like that?
Absolutely.
Right. So,
absolutely. So when I first started modeling, I was down in Monterey, California, and then that was in my early 20s, and then I moved up to Washington, Tacoma here, and in my 30s or so, I did modeling again, and I looked at myself. I was like, holy smokes. There's a lot different, but it's okay.
Well, did you ever?
You just got to deal with who you are.
Did you ever take nude photographs? I mean, were you ever like approached by Playboy or any of that stuff?
No, gosh, no. I'm
Okay.
like 6 feet tall and a plus size woman, so it's no, they don't do that. But I did go to Silverdale to do a job over to be a nude model for some private artists. And it was in this rec center, some church rec room or something. It was like their meeting of all the artists in the area. And someone pulled the fire alarm, and all the ambulance and the fire trucks were coming in. So I get in my robe, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And the firemen come into the room, and all the easels are standing up with the artists' work and their canvases. It was all of me naked. And I'm like, oh, my God, the firemen are looking at it.
Yes, they were.
Is the hardest part just to stay still?
Yeah, it's hard.
That to me would be very difficult, just to stay in the same pose for that amount of time.
What is the oldest nude?
Shaking.
What's the oldest nude model you've seen model? Because to be honest with you, as somebody who does like to draw, I can draw a woman's body pretty easy, right? Because you said in your 20s or 30s, like things are in where you believe they should be in your mind. When people get old, right, that's a different kind of approach to the body. So, I mean, if you had an old woman up there, that's not... I could sketch out a naked woman in 15 seconds, right? It's easy to do because there's general shapes. When someone gets old, all of that looks different. So, like, what's the oldest nude model you've seen out there? Because to me, that's the challenge.
I saw one in her early 60s, but she looked pretty good. And she said that she wouldn't do certain poses for too long, or if she did do long poses, she had to sit, and then then she'd get breaks. And then if you get a break, they take some chalk and kind of do a chalk outline of where the chair is,
All right.
and where you're sitting on the chair, so that when you go back, you could put where your arms are in the chalk outline,
All right.
and then you won't mess up the artist's pose.
Did anybody ever just walk out? Like, if I was like, I don't know, like if Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny X, like if she walked in the room, I think I'd just be like, I gotta go.
You couldn't draw it?
No.
No one left, because they were all there to be artists. They want to draw the human form and its movement and stuff like that.
No, I get you. Like, and I love chatting with people, but I've definitely talked to a woman that was just way too attractive. I just left.
What? So other than the fact that you did that, what was your first experience? Was it your mom or your dad as far as nudity went?
Oh, definitely my mom. Yeah, she was a bit of a nudist in the house.
Ah, okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll do it.
I'm glad that
Definitely
didn't
her.
happen to me.
What's that?
I'm glad that didn't happen to me.
What's that? Be the nude model or see your
No,
mom
no, no,
naked?
just see my mom naked.
Now, I saw my mom naked once, and she was walking down the hall toward the kitchen. I'm about to go to school. She'd just gotten out of the shower. I remember I was eating a bowl of Frosted Flakes, but her towel fell off. Yeah, I mean, there's just nothing we could do. It just fell off. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. She's like, I don't want you looking. And it was just unspoken.
Same
it
thing.
happened
I
for
saw
a
my
split
mom
second.
naked once, and she kind of, I think, caught me once. And we just, to this day, have never, ever spoken of either situation.
My mom, when I was a teenager, I remember my mom seeing me naked. It's like 3 a.m, and there's a bathroom that, at that point, both of our bedrooms shared.
Yeah.
So there's no lights on in the hall. I'm walking down the hall naked. I flip on the light, but she's walking out. But like anything, I'd been asleep, so I have an erection. And she's just like, Jesus. I'm like, I didn't know you were in here.
Right.
I didn't know.
I definitely remember my mom had a friend who was younger than her.
All right.
And I must have been in another room, but heard them talking. And the friend was talking about wearing lingerie. And it was like, here, I'll just show you. There's nobody in the room. I definitely went to the other room.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you get to see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
Good.
awesome.
Which is worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember.
She was expounding about how comfortable teddies are.
Okay.
So that was my excuse.
Okay.
You said, I'm a
Well,
teddy.
Oh, I heard my name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was scared. I was scared of naked women. I really was. It was
Really?
yeah. I was. I didn't know. I didn't know exactly what was going on because there was nothing that was like defined, so to speak.
There's somewhere in your subconscious,
So-
but you don't understand how to address it.
We had a pool. We had a pool park pass for this pool that was probably 3 or 4 blocks away from where I grew up when I was in first, second, and third grade. And we'd ride the bike. You had an all summer pass. That's what every kid did. Man.
Sure.
They give you like $2 for a hot dog and a drink for lunch. You spent the entire day at the pool. But back in that time, there wasn't a lot of grooming going on.
No, there was not.
And the diving board area, you kind of had to pull yourself up on that ladder because the water was, 10 feet deep to get on the ladder. So you had to do a little bit of reaching. And it wasn't hard for me, but the woman in front of me was struggling.
Yeah.
And, the side of her bathing suit kind of popped out, and showed the goods when she was trying to get up that. And I couldn't make out what was going on. Like,
what is that?
I'm looking up and I'm just like, I couldn't really get through. I couldn't see the trees through the forest, so to speak.
Right.
But either way, I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, what is that? Because I never.
Dear God!
I mean, you've seen other boys, but you've never seen a grown woman's.
No.
I mean, I knew what the outline of boobs
You knew
were.
boobs, right? But you don't know what's going on below the belt.
Correct.
Right? You have no idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, how do you make sense of that?
Yeah.
As a kid, when I was younger,
I was terrified.
My mom used to work in the fashion industry, and lucky for me, she started emceeing fashion shows at the big department store in downtown Rochester, New York. But when I'm like 9, 10, and 11, she'd pay me like $20 just to help her set up. So you're setting up all the seats, and then you staple carpet to these stages, blah, blah, blah. But these models start rolling in, man, and they're anywhere from like 19 and 22. And I knew they were pretty. I've not discovered what my special purpose is yet. But when you're backstage, one thing about models, and I'm sure it is true today, when they're doing a runway show, when they're done showing off whatever they're wearing, they go back and they undress in a split second to put on the next outfit because time is money. You got to get back up there. So when these chicks come to the back, there's like 3 people running around that are stapling crap on them and taping this. But these ladies, they drop their clothes. They are butt-ass naked.
Yeah.
Butt naked. And then within 2 seconds, there's another dress or whatever it is they're going to wear being put on. And there's some guy back there like, ladies, hurry up. And it was great, right? And again, I don't know my special purpose, but I know I'm in a spot that I think a lot of kids would probably really want to be in. So I never said anything about it. I'm not so stupid. I'm going to share this with my mother, but about 3 years in a row, I got to do this. I hit 12 years old. My mom's talking about her upcoming fashion show, and I'm like, hey, I'm in. She's like, no. I'm like, what? I've been doing it for you for years. She's like, you hit 12. If I'm porn in your closet, and we'd already been down that road before, so she's like, now that I know what you know, she's like, no.
I would feel.
I
would feel uncomfortable. I would feel uncomfortable as hell in there.
But you don't because they don't. You know what I mean? You would think that you would, but these women are professional. They do not care that you were there. They assume that it's all good, and you only see them naked for like a split second. Seriously, I mean, they are out of a dress, another dress is on, and trust me, you absorb the goods of what you've seen. But it didn't feel weird because nothing in that world is weird. Like if you're naked because you're changing into clothes. So, and they knew I was there. It's not like I'm hiding behind a chair peek. Like I'm standing in the middle of this backstage area. They didn't care. They knew I was there to work.
Yeah.
If you're there to work, see me naked.
Man, I had a weird one in Baltimore.
Yeah.
We had a radio station put on a show somewhere. I think the Zoo in Dundalk or some crap like that. But whoever the band was, I don't know if they're cover or Kicks,
right?
Somebody. Anyway, at the end of the show, a guy I know who's a listener, who you know, Phil. He says, "Hey man," he said, "you want to get down to the strip club in Brooklyn?" He's like, "I got to make a drop off, but it's on your way. So if you want to go, do you want?"
He was a coke dealer, if you're wondering.
Yeah, he was. So it's probably not too far away from where your sister lives.
Yeah, I'm almost positive I know the club you're probably referencing.
Yes, okay. So when we get down there, I'm driving, he's driving. We pull in the parking lot. He's like, "No, but man, we got to go in this."
Technically, she's in Brooklyn Park, dude.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Knock on the back, steel door in the alley. Door swings wide open. You'd already been on the phone with her. She opens up the door and says, "Come on in, Phil." "Oh, yeah, come on in. Yeah, nice to meet you." It's the backstage dressing area.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 or 6 naked women in there.
Yeah.
And I'm 30 years old, but I was just like, oh my God.
Really?
I'm in a strip club.
Yes.
But I'm in the back door. Like if I was sitting out where the entertainment was going on, then I'd be looking all day. But for some reason, when I was in that back room, I felt like, man, this is creepy. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
I was okay with it. The radio station, we hosted a couple. I don't remember what the club was, but same scenario. But because I'm hosting whatever the event is, you're backstage. So you go backstage, and there's like 15 of them changing. And most of the time, they're just naked. But they start talking to you like, "Hey, what's the cue going to be for?"
Oh, no,
blah,
they're
blah,
talking
blah.
to me too.
But we had a guy named Hal, and Hal was the overall promotions director. But Hal was kind of like Mr. Rogers. Very, very sweet guy, but very oakley-dokley. So he wasn't back there with me at first. And again, there's nothing weird going on. They're just naked, but we're doing business. So Hal knocks on the door and pops it open to tell me whatever it is he has to tell me. And Hal's mouth just pops open. His eyes get wide to the point where all of the girls stop doing whatever they're doing, and they're just looking at him. Because, I mean, this is maybe like the 40-year-old virgin, right? I mean, this is a married man. He got kids. It's not like... But you remember Hal, right?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah. So picture him unexpectedly walking into a room.
But you got to keep talking or do something.
Yes.
Can't just stare.
He just stopped, but he's not all the way back there. It's just his head around the outside of the door, which, from my perspective, looked worse. So the girl, now they're putting their hands on their hips like, is this guy for real? So I'm like, Hal, these are the ladies. Ladies are, Hal, say what you've got to say. So I walked out, closed the door, said, "Hal, do not walk back in there. You're embarrassing me." I'm like, "You are a grown-ass man." I'm like, "You do know we're at a strip club, right?" He's like, No, I know. And I said, when they go out front, they're going to look like what you just saw. I'm like, "You need to get it together, man." But then he had a reason to come visit me back there, like every 20 seconds. "Oh, hey,
you got to make a stager.
One more thing." I'm like, right.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
God, he was so awkward.
I mean, it's just brutal.
It really
I
was.
still love the other guy we used to work with, Bill. We took him there for his birthday, and I mean, they beat the crap out of him.
Oh, they did one of those beatings.
Yeah, with the belt and everything.
Yeah.
Just like, hit him harder.
Hello, John. Welcome to the men's room. Hello, John.
John, are you there?
John?
John.
No, John.
No, John.
Okay.
What can you do? Oh, let's put him back on hold. Maybe he'll be back.
Maybe he'll hear it.
Our question, what was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Americans have a big healthcare problem. Over 100 million citizens carry medical debt while paying for overpriced and complicated health insurance. As Christians, we don't have to pay for a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. Plus, you can enroll at any time. Stand up to health insurance with a biblical solution. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Uh-huh. Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
You're jamming your favorite song, and while you aren't missing a beat, you could be missing a signal from your body. It's an SOS from your kidneys, and it doesn't sound like music at all. It's silent. High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and other risk factors can quietly stress the kidneys, leading to negative impacts on the heart. That's why you should ask your doctor about a simple urine test called UACR. Most miss the signal for hidden kidney disease and related heart risk. You shouldn't. Visit detectthesos.com today to learn more.
Is your business ready for what's next? Think about where you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10. Growth isn't about numbers. It's having the right specialist by your side. Moss Adams and Baker Tilly have joined forces to create a remarkable new organization. It's one advisory firm with resources, expertise, and vision built specifically to serve the middle market to help you get to what's next. Learn how Baker Tilly can help your business pursue its vision of success. Visit bakertilly.com/combo.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
I said that, Steve. As far as pornography is concerned, the average age for first exposure is around 13 years old. With half of those exposed seeing it by that age, but it's becoming common much younger, with some kids seeing it as early as 9 or 10, often accidentally online through social media or search engines. Exposure, they say, is widespread, with many young people encountering violent or explicit content accidentally on a lot of mainstream platforms. I had that problem when I was on Twitter.
What's that? You were getting
I would get
pictures?
ads toward the end there where it was just like people that I wasn't following, but it was naked pictures. And instead would say, like, if you're in a public setting, if you're in an airplane,
Right.
if you're somewhere, it's
You
like,
getting
dude.
ads with naked photos?
Yeah, I did not follow any porn stars on Twitter.
I never got naked.
I did not.
I know.
I don't masturbate to my phone either. I know I'm a little bit weird.
I'm just
I
saying.
masturbate to the pictures on my phone.
I had
I
people
don't.
that would
Use my
retweet
tablet.
porn that would show up. But if you're getting targeted ads, you must have been looking at something.
No, that's true. People that I did follow would read. We know some of those listeners who call into the program.
Yeah, there's one in particular.
And I had to unfollow him.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think he knew that the public could read his comments. So there's this guy that we knew.
They were golden.
You know, he would see some chick, and then he would explain what he would do with various parts of his body, and it's like, bro, do you know that everyone can see this? Mm-hmm. And we know you, like, if DM them or something.
It's one thing to like Britney Spears. It's another thing to comment on what you
I'm
do to
gonna,
her.
yeah.
Correct. I like all her photos.
Right. But you're not saying anything that's just,
No.
Right.
This dude, wow.
What was your first experiencing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Right. I think we all know who we're talking about. Just like,
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
You just get
chill
to know
out.
him on a different level. Like, dude, it's not private.
Yeah, but toward the end, I would get ads. Like, do you want to follow this porn star? And I was
But
like,
they sent a naked picture?
I am not following any porn stars.
Right.
I know that for a fact. It's not that I wasn't following
I am.
people that I find attractive, but I just...
Do you get naked ads as a result of following porn stars?
No.
Right, just more enticing, but not naked.
I guess
right?
technically most of them are kind of retired now.
Okay.
Well, just because I'm in my mid-40s. So a lot
I get
of,
it. You don't have to explain it to me. Different tabs. Click up 10 years. Hello, Christina. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey.
Hola.
So me and my mom used to, we'd volunteer every year at the Special Olympics, and it was held on JBLM, which, and I had to use the bathroom. So they pointed me to like a barracks. So I went in there, and I'm going to the restroom, and I hear the shower on, and I kind of peek around the corner, and there's a full-blown, beautiful soldier, completely naked, and I think that was my first, like, full-blown, wow, there he is.
How old were you at the time?
13.
And did the soldier see you?
I think he did, but I don't think it was a big deal. He just sort of kind of went back to washing what he was doing because I ran out as fast as I could. Yeah, so I was gone.
Did you tell anyone? Or is it one of those things you just keep in the pocket for later?
I think I might have told my mom, and they probably giggled their butts off. You know, they all just thought it was funny.
Look, man, when
any harmful. Yeah.
Anytime I saw nudity, not that my parents ever talked about it, but like the last people I was going to tell were my parents. Like and the way you described the soldier. So if I walked in and saw this beautiful woman showering, somehow I knew, like, I'm not telling Mom. There's no chance.
I had a weird...
It was a glistening white butt. You know, his whole body was
Oh, wow.
Are the 7 words you can't say on the radio.
I got one more question for you.
Sucker, mother, and please keep
Listening.
those words in mind when calling.
Listening,
Now
white
back to
butt.
the
She
program.
I mean, she is writing a romance novel. All right, Christina,
Wow,
let me ask
sorry.
you this. No,
Did you see the whole thing? Did you see everything?
I did.
Okay.
All right,
Yep,
now,
saw it all.
how old are you now? Because you said this happened when you were 13. You were describing this like this happened 20 minutes ago.
I'm 42.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it stuck with you. All right.
Yeah.
Did you
no,
date-
It was still beautiful.
Did you date
And I
him?
still love Army guys.
I was gonna say,
guy
did you-
in uniform? Holy smokes!
Wait a minute, did you ever like marry a guy in the Army just off this?
No, but I we'll call it dated. A lot of them.
Do you think this
We'll call it dated.
Call it dated.
is this what sparked that? Do you think seeing his glistening white butt in the shower is what sparked your interest in men in uniform?
Oh, probably. Yeah. I
Wow.
was like, all right, they're hung and ready for action.
Oh, damn.
Hung and ready for action.
Yeah, quite the impact on you.
That might help recruiting.
good.
You know? I don't know.
Right?
As glistening white
I
ass.
had a bizarre experience in Africa in the shower. All right, so this is a weird one. This is a weird one. So
it's a bad setup. I admit.
I know. So we're in this little small hotel. It's like a little hostel hotel in Cape Town, right?
Yeah.
And it's the night before we're leaving. It's the morning that we're leaving. The thing with the hotel is they gave us a late checkout at, I don't know, maybe 11 or 12.
All right.
But our flight wasn't out until 6 o'clock that evening. So it's one of those things where, you know,
you have your bags,
you
do
throw your
something to
luggage
do.
down there, whatever the deal is. But what they had was they had a men's and women's bathroom, and then they had another bathroom that was just a toilet and a shower.
Okay.
So that if you wanted to, and we went out and we did activities, we were hiking around and doing stuff like that. So when I got back, I'm like, before I get on the 16-hour flight, I'm going to take a shower. Now, again, men's bathroom, women's bathroom with the shower, but it basically just said shower on the door.
Yeah.
You can go in there and take a shower. I am in the shower taking a shower. I have the curtain pulled. Someone walks into the restroom. They use the bathroom.
All right.
I'm just like in there. They wash their hands. They walk out. I have no idea who it was. I don't know if it was a dude. I don't know if it was a woman. I just have the curtain closed. I'm like, oh my God, someone's in here.
Is there no lock on the door? Just
no. I mean, it's a bathroom. It's like but the thing is just the way it was set up. It was just one toilet and a shower.
Yeah.
I'm in the shower. It's a stand-up shower. The curtain's going all the way up and down. So they can't see me or anything like that. I'm just like, I cannot believe someone came in here and used the bathroom while somebody was taking a shower.
That doesn't seem that odd, though.
It was weird for me.
No.
I'm the one naked in the shower.
But that
with
lead
my
up
clothes on the floor. Like my clothes were on the floor.
Is it number one or number two?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a man. I don't know if it was a woman. Keep in mind, the water's running. I can't hear them peeing.
Right.
I just hear the flush. I hear them wash their hands. I hear them walk out. I don't know if it was an employee. I don't know who the hell it was. It's just like that. That's bizarre. What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know if it counts as nudity, but I feel like I saw a lot of butt cheeks.
I mean, it's
just because
nudity.
everybody was wearing jocks.
Can you show it legally, right? To me, that's what nudity is. Can you
you're talking about
legally
your
walk down?
grandfather being like, you got to shower. Like I told you, my dad, you had to wear a jock for everything. You couldn't go swim without a jock.
What is his reasoning to go swimming with a jock?
What if you jump in the pool? It's going to hurt. Or, look, I don't know.
It was just the rule.
I just assumed that era was just maybe somebody drilled into their brains anything athletic. So, like, if we went to play a turkey bowl,
Right. With your buddies in the
cousins.
backyard.
You got to put on a jock.
You do.
So it was constant. So I don't remember seeing his junk, but God, he would walk around in that jock strap a lot.
Did you know that it was weird at the time, or did you have to get older to go, hey, Dad, like, people aren't wearing jocks for just general crap?
Probably like 8th grade.
Okay, that's pretty deep.
And you meet somebody that their parents have a pool.
And you're
And my buddy Matt, I remember he's like, "Why are you putting your jock strap on?" I was like, "Oh, we're going swimming."
You put on a jock strap to go swimming?
That's what I'm saying. Every time.
That's what
Every
Dad
day.
drilled in. You don't know it's weird until someone points out, like, bro, that is weird.
Like, you know how you love, like, the running shorts and different shorts now? And I have a bunch of them that have, like, that inside, almost like a
Mesh,
swimsuit. Yeah. Like, but there wasn't as many of those. So you just had to wear it. You had to wear a jock all the time. Like, spent half my childhood wearing a jock strap.
Did you ever ask your dad about it?
That was just his thing.
Okay. All right.
Well, so what
if? Okay. Like, dude, just wear the jock. It's easier.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
So that's basically what it was. As a kid, you just learn, like, I'm not going to have this conversation every time with him. I'll just put on the jock strap.
Just put on the jock and he will shut up.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, I get it. It's weird, though.
Yeah.
Hello, Robbie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I was 20 years old, going to film school in L.A. To make this long story short, sat next to a kid. After a couple weeks, got to know each other. He said, "Hey, you want to go to a porn party?" And Thrill, I think you can answer this question for me. What would you say?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean,
So-
of course,
and it-
sure.
Yeah, why not? So ended up doing that, partied all night, ended up meeting a producer, kicking it off. He said, "Man, I want to, see how you do. Let's, you got a call time at 6 a.m. And I'm like, sweet, I guess. And this is just working, not being the star.
Right.
And, ended up working about 4.5 years for 3 different companies with the same producer in the adult film industry at 20 years old, 21, 22, 23.
I can't think of a better age to be involved.
Does that make you more interested in the industry side, or since you've seen behind the curtain, does it kind of make you
right? Like,
It definitely hinders that department for sure.
Okay, I mean just how you,
yeah.
because you see how the sausage is made, so to
Right.
speak. So I mean,
how long is the average shoot for a movie, right? Obviously, you're not going overseas and spending 9 months on location, but like to film one movie on average, about how long did that actually take?
Yep. So there's different companies. So the first one was Vivid Entertainment.
Yep.
Nice.
And so they do more of the bigger feature. You're going to call it feature.
Sure.
Yeah.
So those take about 5 days to maybe a week. And then Digital Playground, they do more of the gonzo films.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 days shoots.
you don't need to explain this to Ted.
We're tracking with you, brother.
Right, those are the 2 big ones. I'm like, man.
Ted's sort of smiling.
You say the company, we kind of know.
Yeah.
But with that, but when you go through all of this, obviously there's the director. Is the director also his own editor, or is there a separate editor? And then if there is a separate editor, how do they determine what they actually want to see in the film? Obviously, you get rid of all the screw-ups and all that. But like anything, you edit a movie, you have your rough cut, they look at it and they go, look, maybe it runs a little too long, or we don't need this. I mean, what are the determining factors if you're the editor? Is it just mostly the good stuff, or is it I'm going to edit out the dialogue?
Mainly the good stuff. Dialogue is dialogue. Obviously, they're not actors.
Right.
So, mainly that. And then, man, sometimes I can tell you a story. Again, I'll make it short. There was this one time where this performer, guy, he could not do the pop shot, which is the climax.
Yeah.
It took almost 6 hours.
Jesus.
Is that like blue pill stuff?
Man, I know I'm not going to get in trouble for this. I'm going to give a little secret. They actually inject is what they do.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, because I know some of that stuff. Like, I mean, anything that helps out sometimes takes longer to make other stuff work.
Sure.
Right.
So do you get, obviously he wants to complete his mission, so to speak, but is it like, if I'm filming a regular Hollywood movie and I keep flubbing the line, people are getting mad at me. So this guy can't reach his conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
Is it the same kind of thing? Like, Jeff, come on, man.
Oh, yeah. The director, Axel Braun, actually, he's pretty famous in that. He was asking us if we wanted to not get shown.
Be a stunt
but
double.
just to have, be a stunt devil. Exactly.
Well, okay.
We were that close to it.
How long does it go before they ask for a volunteer? So is it like, after an hour and a half, you're like, Jeff, you're up, man. Come on, just do it for me.
Yeah. Normally, I'm kind of, this is just a really different time. Normally, the guys, they're good at what they do, honestly. And same with the girls, it was just that kind of situation. But most of it was,
Is there any one performer that is still etched in your mind that you remember just based on the fact that you thought, okay, that would be a lot of fun?
Oh, yeah. My favorite one is Riley Steele.
Riley Steele.
Yep.
I used to pick her up and we'd go to Starbucks and she'd always call me, "You're just the cutest thing ever." I'm telling you, it was awesome.
Who was number two?
She did she would come up here to do like shows and stuff and do a lot of radio interviews. And then again, I don't know if that was Vivid or Digital Playground, but they would just send us all those DVDs.
Mm-hmm. And did they get recognized a lot outside of the set? So like you said, you went to Starbucks. Was there ever a barista or another customer who quietly is like, I know you?
No, actually, no, not at all. Not that I...
Okay.
All right, hang on. I got a question. So I don't want to say the name of it because I don't know if I can, but it was a spoof on, say, people meeting up with Sarah Palin. So there was like these two guys.
I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Right. It was Lisa.
I know that
it was Lisa Ann. But there's one scene with these two guys that just have the worst Russian accent. Like, was it hard not to laugh when they were trying to like act?
Yes. To be honest, I'm just going to say this: the guys are douchebags. I'm sorry if I can say that.
Yeah, you're good, man.
I think it was Nail and Palin, wasn't it, the movie?
That was the movie.
Yeah,
Good job, Bob.
well, you can say that.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
Coming at you live from Auto Trader, here's New Car Energy.
They're searching inventory. You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. It's smarter car shopping just for
Find
you.
your next ride at autotrader.com, powered by Auto Intelligence.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert in looking like I know what I'm doing. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. Get started at GoDaddy.com/Aero. That's GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
Oh, hello?
He said too much.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
All right.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. They are. They're the worst in a sense. The girls are cool.
All right. I can believe it. Okay. Sounds like you had a pretty good younger 20s there.
Yeah, I used to be peeping Tom for a little bit when I was young, just watching, and then you get used to it and see it, and it's just is kind of the norm. And yeah, I just thought I'd share my experience.
We appreciate it.
It almost sounds like it just sucks the excitement out of it.
That's what I was going to say.
You know, like when you do it every day, kind of like, oh my God, I have a 6 a.m. shoot, right? Because everybody else is like, that's awesome. It's probably work is work, buddy.
I mean, I just know from like going down to the Bunny Ranch for my 30th.
Yeah.
And then Dennis would always invite me to his birthday. So I went down there a few years in a row, right? And it's the one day of the year that you can swim in the pool because it's usually just for the girls. But a lot of those girls that work down there are also adult actresses.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny just kind of hanging out and drinking with them. Like,
I'm pulling up Riley Steele.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But like, I remember talking to
one. Ted, she's exactly what you described.
Right. One girl, just talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I do all the college stuff and everything. I'm like, how old are you? She's like, I'm 19. I was like, well, I'm kind of hammered. I'm like, no, you're not. And she's like, all right, just do not, and I won't use her name. She's like, do not tell anybody. I was like, all right. She's like, I'm 26. But like, my whole shtick is I'm a college girl.
Yeah, of course.
And I was like, all right, I get it.
Sure, man.
Yeah.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jesse. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I take my son to the river and we go rock hounding a lot. And this guy was doing the same thing we were, and he was telling us a story how the game wardens were trying to give people tickets the day before. So we finish up and we're on our way back. And my son rounds the corner first, and he's kind of just staring. And I'm like, oh, no, it's a game warden or something. And I peek around the corner, and it's a dude and a chick just going to town on each other.
Oh, and how old's your kid?
He's 13.
All right.
Well, I mean, you know, he knows how babies are made.
Yeah, he definitely does.
But
now.
you don't expect
And
to
then-
see that.
Yeah, and then we get a little closer, and the guy's got an ankle bracelet on, and my my son's like, not only did I see two people doing it, I seen a criminal doing it.
He knew that much.
Right.
Yeah. It was funny.
Good times.
Somehow the ankle bracelet makes it better.
Well, at least you didn't have to explain anything.
Somebody sent me a video the other day of a guy, I want to say it was in Houston.
All right.
And he had a fake ankle bracelet on that he was filling with liquor.
Oh, so he thought it'd be better to look like I'm on probation
or
something than to try to sneak it in like a normal person.
Jesus.
It's just like going into a bar and it's like,
really, bro?
Damn, man.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Wesley. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you doing?
Hola.
So we were out in the woods with my dad for like almost a week, right? And we were camping or whatever the hell we were doing. But we got into his buddy's house. We were at this lake, and there's these people, like all these kids at the summer camp, and they're going by skiing in this boat. And my dad hands me and my two brothers each a bar of soap and says, "Go down to the lake, strip, and wash yourself." And we're like, "What? They're going by in the boat." And he's like, "Whatever, just go do it, before you get your high tan." So we do that, but then we look up because everybody starts screaming in the boat, and my dad's standing on top of the hill, holding a hose in one hand and a bar of soap in the other, lathering himself up, doing almost like the Captain Morgan pose. Yeah. And I think I was about 8 or 9 years old at that time, and I was so embarrassed. But the more the older I got, the more I laughed about it, man.
That's how that's going to work.
I just don't think he
funny
cared.
when
He just
clearly
does not care.
Did not care.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and not at all. Not at all. And he wasn't like a really well-endowed dude either, and he just had no shame.
Yeah.
Come on, Dad. I got a bigger one than you do, and I'm only 8 years old.
I feel like that's how it is, man. Honestly. Anytime, like, you have this image in your mind.
Oh, God.
Like you go to the nudist resort, whatever. I told you, we were in Vegas. They had the topless pool on the other side. I think we're at the Mirage. It was Castle's wedding, but me and Batman were like, hey, we tell our wives, we're going to go over to the other pool. And they're like, have fun. So the worst part is there's only about 8 people over there. Maybe 4 of them are in the water. I cannot explain how ugly these people were, but we walk over, so we're in the water, and we're like, all right, what's the exit strategy so that we're not as obvious as we know we are? In other words, we're sorely disappointed, but we're in the pool, so we're kind of looking around, and I just cannot explain how gross it was. And I'm like, these are not the topless people you want to see, but this is reality. This is what you get when you go to these places. So we hung out for like 5 minutes, and then very loudly, he's like, hey, should we get a beer? I'm like, oh, yeah. That way we can get out. But, I mean, as soon as we got over there, I'm like, this was a nightmare. And apparently our wives already knew, because when we came back, they're both smiling. Like, back so soon? It's like, it was awful. horrible.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at uhc.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
In a world of endless notifications, there could be an important one you're missing. Your kidneys may be signaling an SOS. With high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you of early signs of damage, which may put you at higher risk for events like heart attack or stroke. But there's a simple test that can help spot a hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a urine test called UACR to help detect kidney disease and heart risk early. To learn more, visit detectthesos.com today.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you. Ooh. Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert in looking like I know what I'm doing, even when I don't. And I like the sound of starting my own business, Walton Goggins Goggle Glasses. But I'm an actor. I don't know what I'm doing. I needed help. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. I didn't even realize I needed a social media calendar. GoDaddy Aero will take your idea that sounds good and make a business that looks like you know what you're doing. GoDaddy Aero can get your business up and running in minutes. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a plan. Get started at GoDaddy.com/Aero. That's GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
Men's Room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Who's next last coming up at 4:30. Yesterday we were talking about movies. And when you first saw some nudity in a movie.
Yeah.
Couple here. The sex scene from Love Actually. Remember watching it with my parents when I was 10 or so. I was young, but they were looking at me and it was creepy. Coming to America,
Your
Eddie
parents
Murphy.
are looking at you?
Well, to see what your reaction is to seeing nudity.
Guys, don't do that.
Rosie Perez's nipple. Do the right thing.
That is on the list. Family trip to New Orleans, enough said. We're in a French Quarter.
Yeah.
Titanic when I was 9. The bouncing pair in the movie Airplane. Porky's, another one. I forgot to put the VHS place back in its place. That's how my dad caught me. Braveheart had a sex scene you could see better if you pumped up the brightness. American Pie at age 13. Total Recall. I got to see 3 boobs. Better than 2. Another one says Splash, which was a Disney movie.
Did she get
with
naked?
Daryl Hannah.
I know
Yeah.
she was almost naked.
Not
Not
now when they do it now, but in the original it was.
Was she?
Yes, they have changed that.
I remember I wanted to, but when I saw it, her hair always covered her boobs.
Right.
All right.
Blue Lagoon with Brooke Shields, Jamie Lee Curtis, Trading Places,
Don't bring
Vacation
up the Blue Lagoon.
with Beverly D'Angelo, Gwyneth Paltrow in Shakespeare in Love, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yep.
Woman in Red, Kelly LeBrock.
Yep.
Rosie Perez in White Men Can't Jump. What else we got here?
Oh, Disney built Touchstone Pictures.
Okay.
For Splash.
I see.
Because
Okay.
they didn't want to release it underneath the Disney.
Oh,
umbrella.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
9 or 10 years old, I saw Kevin Bacon's Wiener in Wild Things. Bo Derek in 10, 9.5 weeks. Pam Anderson and Barbed Wire.
Oh, great film. Well,
not a great film, but yes.
Sorry.
It had its moments. Our question, what was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey.
Hola.
Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener. I ran into Steve in Lake Stevens about 25 years ago, so yeah.
Wow. Okay. Been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So, yeah, no, I was in Germany on an exchange and had no idea. I was 15 years old and went to the lake with the family I was with, and every girl there was topless, and it was wonderful.
Now, were the family you were staying with, did they have any daughters with them?
They did, and yes, it did. Yes, it was wonderful.
And did you play it cool? Did they give you any looks? I mean, like, what do you? Because, like you said, this is not what you expect.
The daughter and I hooked up. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Okay, I was going to say, like, I would want to tell my friends right away. But when you're in Germany, you can't really just start making international phone calls.
Right.
Like, Brian, you're not going to believe this. I'm in Germany. Because he would get on a plane.
Yeah.
He wanted to be an exchange student, too.
Yeah. No, it was great. The daughter was, she and I actually had a long-distance relationship going for a little while. And yeah, it was wonderful. So, and the first movies I ever saw were there on the lake.
Ah, okay. The first boobies.
15.
Boobies.
You got a lot done that vacation. You probably really like Germany.
Yeah. Very positive thoughts of Germany.
It's easy to remember the first name.
Oh, the first boobs?
First
Sorry,
boobs,
no question. Yeah, Amy. No doubt about it.
Susan.
Yeah, a girl named Tara.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, man, it's like anything. Like, you were the first. We didn't have sex, but I saw your boobs.
Yeah.
And you volunteered for me to see them. That's the difference.
Correct. Right.
You're like, oh, yeah. Because trust me, the first boobs I saw in a person was probably a very old woman, possibly my grandmother, leaning over to pick something up, and they just come rolling towards you. And you're like, I did not want to see that.
No, I saw a
that.
99-year-old nudity on Thanksgiving.
Well,
Did
not.
you?
Yeah.
Not
Butt naked?
For the most part. I won't get into the details. Cause
Don't.
It was a
We're
lot
not
for me.
asking you to.
As I say, not nudity, but I remember there was a family friend, again, whose last name was Smith. He was not related to any Smiths in the D.C. area that are related to my family. Got to put that out there. He had an Audi that had to be 4 inches long.
Ew.
And I just remember the first time I saw him in a T-shirt, I was just like, I remember I asked my brother, I said, why does he have 2 penises? And my brother was like, it's an Audi, but just... Yeah, dude. I mean, you know what? In retrospect, there might have been something seriously wrong with that guy.
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he outlived everybody.
Of course he
My
did.
grandparents, everybody in that Turkey Thicket neighborhood. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Frank Smith's still alive right now.
With a little belly snorkel.
Oh, and he was one of those guys, too, like, you couldn't ever see him wasted because he was always just drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a couple family friends like that. Where guy visited the house, my dad, he bought, it was, I think, 3 handles of Jack. But the dude was going to be in town for the weekend, was the thing. So I knew this guy drank Jack Daniels. And looked at my mom, and I'm like, why did he buy 3 bottles of Jack Daniels? You guys plan on getting drunk? I've never seen him drunk. My mother looked at me and said, baby, you've never seen him sober in your life. And he's still alive. I'm a grown-ass man now, and she's right. Now that you can tell. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's never been sober a day that I've known him.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Todd. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
So, just a short backstory. Me and my sister were only a year and a month apart. When I was 16, she had a best friend who was also 16. I was in love with her, wanted to date her, wanted to marry her, all of the above. So I come from a very conservative family. She wasn't allowed to wear anything provocative or sexy or anything like that. So they used to go and they used to buy thongs together and sneak them without my parents knowing. Well, they just got back from the mall one day, and we lived in a really old house, and they want to try on everything they bought. So sister goes in her room, friend goes in the bathroom. Well, there's this iron vent that goes from the laundry room into the bathroom, and you could pretty much see the entire bathroom, but it was kind of behind the dryer. So I know the friends in the bathroom changing. So I go in the laundry room, and I'm like squeezing in between the wall and the dryer to look through this vent to see her. And I caught like full head to toe, butt naked. I was loving it. 30 seconds later, I hear, "You're a creep," from behind me.
Oh!
And I just completely beat myself up trying to get out of between the dryer and the wall. My sister's standing right there, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I don't know, fixing a dryer or something like that.
Sure you are.
So, from that point on, I was even more in love with her. And every time she'd come over, man, she used to tease me. She's like, "I'm going to go in the bathroom. You going to go watch me through the vent?"
Yes.
If I can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will be right there. You be right there. I'll be right there.
Whatever happened to her? Do you know?
Well, it's been about 30 years, and we've been married for 28.
Oh, wow. That's the woman you're married to.
That's the woman I'm married to.
All right.
Jesus.
Wow, you weren't kidding.
She would not date me at all in high school. She wanted nothing to do with me, and somehow that just evolved. I'm going with the peeking through the vent story as what started it all. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's definitely what
I'm going to say it's not. Typically, that's not the best come on with most women, but in your case, we can't argue it. You said you've been with her for like 28, 30 years, something like that?
Yeah, 28 years we've been married.
So what was it? So you're already creepy, right, quote unquote. She doesn't want anything to do with you in high school. What was the turning point? When did she finally say, you know what, you're not so bad?
I don't know. I just kept on her. Just every time she'd come over, hey, Lisa, how's it going? Want to go to the movies? Want to do this? Want to do that? And eventually she just, I think she felt sorry, so she just gave in. But then once we started dating, okay, you're not that bad. You're not a creep after all.
Whatever the technique is that got you there.
Do you guys have kids together?
We have 4 kids together, yes.
The 4 kids know this story?
The oldest one does. The oldest one is grown out of the house now, and he's very aware of it because he overheard it in a drunken storytelling night with some friends.
So you did not tell him directly. He just overheard you say it.
No. I wouldn't bestow that upon my kids.
Yeah, they don't want to know.
It is
that.
their mom.
Yeah. Wow.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Alice. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Hello, my friends. How are you?
Hola. We're doing well.
Okay, so would you like to hear my story now?
Absolutely.
No. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got to get ready. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm a nudist.
All right.
I have been a nudist most of my life. I'm also from New Orleans. But anyway, I can tell you about the first time I went to a nudist resort.
All right.
What I saw. Okay, it was a beautiful place, nestled in the woods, private. You have to drive through this windy road to get to the main gate. Get to the gate, take off your clothes, and you drive back in. And the very first person I saw was a beautiful woman of about 450 pounds. And
Okay.
she was beautiful. And all she was wearing was flowers in her hair. And that's my very first person I saw naked in a nudist resort.
Now, what you said, you had to take off your clothes at the gate?
Yes, once you go in, yes.
Seems
As
to be
you're
like
going in.
Louisiana would be a tough spot. Mosquitoes, alligators.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't in Louisiana at the time.
Okay.
Okay.
Because to me, I'd be like, I'm not walking in this swamp naked.
No. That's a bad idea
No.
all the way around.
Well, I've done that by accident, but no.
So are you still doing the nudist thing?
Absolutely. And I'm 68.
All right. Well, where can you go?
Most of my life.
Is it
But
so?
that's there.
If you're a nudist, right? Because it's a limited number of you that do this. So if you live in a general area, do you just kind of get to know everyone else that's a nudist?
There is nudist resorts all over the. Okay, I'm a member of the American Association for Nude Recreation.
All right.
And there are resorts all over the country. In fact, there's one on top of Tiger Mountain.
Yeah, I know about that. Where do you keep your card?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're naked. I mean, if you're
Yeah, to prove that you're a member, I mean, how do you prove that?
Just carry my purse.
You really don't have to prove anything. I just happen to be a member to cut back on some of the costs to get into the different places that I like to go.
Do you know that group circle spot up on top there? Because someone who was coming down the mountain when I was climbing up it one day said, "Hey man, just so you know." And by the time I got up there, it had been dismissed. And people were walking back down. But that was when I first learned that was up there, because it's like almost it's almost at the peak of the mountain. Not really the peak, but the Tiger Mountain
I'm
Trail
sorry,
peak.
sir. I can barely hear you. I'm on the ferry and I can barely hear you.
That's all right.
What did you say?
It's just saying it's at the top of the mountain, which I would say, like, do you feel like doing all that hiking just to take off your clothes? Like, why can't you do it at
They
a
have
lower
AA
location?
meetings up there. They have all kinds of stuff in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. I've been, yeah. The resort that I'm talking about is above Spokane. And it's beautiful. And so when you get out, there's an outside swimming pool. It's an Olympic-sized swimming pool. It's wood heated. There are showers everywhere for, to get into the shower. All outside. It's a family resort.
All right.
there
Yeah.
are
How about when you're like?
families.
How about like when you're eating? I mean, do you put your clothes on? Is there any time that you are not naked, or is it just naked the whole time?
No, you're naked the whole time.
Okay.
The only thing that's required is you carry a towel with you because you sit on a towel. That is required.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay.
I don't know, man. It's something about eating naked. Like, I don't care if you're naked, but if it was like hot soup,
I mean,
I'm not risking it.
I'm in a chow line, and whatever the deal is, whoever's scooping the thing out, getting the whole view. I just wondered if that was.
Yeah. I'm with you. Eating naked still seems odd.
It would be weird to me anyway, but just like I said, mostly hot food. So like a pepperoni pizza and a hot-ass piece of pepperoni falls down. That's all. Like, guys, if you don't mind, I'm just going to cover my genitals while I eat hot food. That's all.
Soup.
Right. Like chili, something like that. Like that's all I'm asking.
You got to be careful, too. Like I was in a private hot tub with a woman. Mm-hmm. Now, we had been dating for months, right? We know what each other looks like. But I might have smoked some marijuana.
All right.
Somewhere in the hot tub for a while. And, you get hot. So you kind of sit up on the edge. And she's just dying laughing. And I'm like, what? And she's like, oh, those things are hanging low.
Oh, there's a hot tub.
What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello down there. Well, you know me. I'm like, what are you laughing at? You know what I'm working with. She's like, I've never seen him hang that low.
Got the rudder in the water, huh?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Drop an anchor. Hello, Ben. Welcome to the men's room.
¿Cómo estás, gentlemen?
Hola.
Hola. The first-time caller, lifetime listener.
Oh, appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Hey, okay, so back about 14 years old, my buddy lives in Windermere. We're a rich kid, rich buddy. He's 16, just got his license. He said, hey, do you want to see a beautiful naked girl? I said, of course I do. I'm 14. He said, all right, so let's go. We jump in this truck. He said, it's 10 minutes after 4, you're going to be seeing the prettiest naked girl you've ever seen in your life. We back down between his house and his neighbor's house down a boat ramp at about 5 after 4, and he says, don't say a word. Like clockwork, the clock hits 4:10, a car pulls in. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So he goes, just shut up, don't say a word. So we can see in the neighbor's window. She walks in about 2 minutes later, turns the light on, and this isn't one of those bathroom windows where you can't see, and you can see in. We watch for the next 5 minutes. The most beautiful blonde, soap up, take a full shower. I'm reliving it as I'm telling you. I mean, it was the most wonderful thing I'd ever seen in my life.
For what we're getting out of people today, apparently seeing someone naked in the shower might be the best way to see him. All right, we had a lady who called earlier. She's like, yeah, I was 13. I'm in my 40s now. He had a glistening white ass. This dude, most beautiful woman I've ever seen. It's the shower.
But it started with Miles in the shower with old dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, I stand corrected.
Not as glorious.
Yeah.
Maybe seeing the opposite sex.
That helps.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. I mean, for me. But yeah, Miles, you have the worst shower story today.
Well, that was the first time I'd been around naked people.
Sure. Lots of them.
Yes. What was your first experience seeing another naked human? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, my first public shower in a gym was probably 12 or 13, but I could still see that old dude bent all the way over scrubbing his butt.
Oh, man.
Miles is right. They just don't care.
No, they don't.
Hello, Phil. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Well, my story isn't as crazy as everybody else's. So, I know you guys only been here for like last 20 years or so, but do you remember the lusty lady back when I was up in the day?
Yeah, down at, what was that, on 2nd, kind of near the showbox?
Yeah, like it's on that main, it was like on the main road right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember a whole lot. All I remember is just like, there's a reason why that place was unique.
I don't know if I ever actually went in there.
I never went in there, but is that one of the places like you're in a booth and you put in the coin and the window opens and there's a woman in there dancing?
Yeah, and yeah, they had some attractive women, but there were also some other women there who, like, sorry to say this, but like, they wouldn't be able to go anywhere else. That place, catered to a certain type of clientele.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you couldn't have, you don't go to a strip club, so you're going there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, right? The only other place I've seen that is like on the block in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like one of the things, you're 18, 19, 20, you just turned of that age. You want to check it out. That's what my buddy and I did.
For sure.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, look, you can't drink legally.
Right.
I mean,
I would give it a go too. And like I said, but the first strip club I went to was a place called The Block in Baltimore, and it's hit and miss. But as Ted was saying, depending on your finances, when you're young, you have fewer. oh, gentlemen, you can walk in here. We're like, cool. And you get what you pay for. We were like, this is not awesome. It's like going to a zoo if all the animals had mange. It's like, no, it's the same animals. They're just maybe not in the state that you wanted to see.
I'll tell you what, though, man. In the early 90s, late 80s, my one of my roommates, one of my teammates, he's from Morristown, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, which is just east of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So I go home with him for a weekend. And the strip clubs are BYOB. And the strip club we went in did not card us. We did have a place where we could go and get beer where Pete knew a buddy. And so we could walk in there with like two 12-packs of Milwaukee's Best Light or whatever it was. And I'm telling you right now, and I've been to some strip clubs that are a little bit more high-end or whatever, the women in New Jersey at strip clubs, it was like being in the Playboy Mansion.
I can believe that.
I know that sounds crazy. It was a big hair era.
Sure.
And all that crap. But I mean, like, I could not believe just how beautiful all those women were.
But New Jersey's not going to play
also,
ugly,
I'm coming
man.
from West Virginia. Anything's a step up.
Sure.
But this was one where I was just like, I cannot believe you could come here anytime you wanted to. Bring your own beer in. So you're free to pretty well tip.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying, $5-6 for a drink or whatever the deal is. And also you make friends with the other guys. Like they'd have a bottle of Jack Daniels. Hey, man, give us 4 beers. We'll give you 3 or 4 shots.
Done.
By the time you're out of there, like you made like 10, 15 new friends. Everybody's just trading booze. And every woman that came out, you're just like, oh, my God.
If you know anything about New Jersey, like, look, they're not going to play ugly. They're not.
No.
Right? I mean, and you can make fun of like Jersey Shore and all that, but it's kind of like, but that's how they roll, man. So if you're going to spend money to go to a strip club, like it's going to be some good looking
They
people.
would doll up to go out. I mean, they would really do it up to go out. But they looked like they really did it up to strip, and they were naked.
Right.
You know what I mean? They looked dolled up, but they weren't. They were naked. It was just like, oh, my God.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning, her face going to be on the pillow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The makeup.
Yeah. oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, you're like, oh. All right.
Okay.
Weird episode of Troll.
That too. Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30, and we got your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You're jamming your favorite song, and while you aren't missing a beat, you could be missing a signal from your body. It's an SOS from your kidneys, and it doesn't sound like music at all. It's silent. High blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and other risk factors can quietly stress the kidneys, leading to negative impacts on the heart. That's why you should ask your doctor about a simple urine test called UACR. Most miss the signal for hidden kidney disease and related heart risk. You shouldn't. Visit detectthesos.com today to learn more.
Coming at you live from Auto Trader, here's New Car Energy.
They're searching inventory. You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. It's smarter car shopping just for
Find
you.
your next ride at autotrader.com, powered by Auto Intelligence.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills, but you don't. You just need GoDaddy Aero. I'm Walton Goggins, and as an actor, I'm an expert in looking like I know what I'm doing. GoDaddy Aero uses AI to create everything you need to grow a business. It'll make you a unique logo. It'll create a custom website. It'll write social posts for you and even set you up with a social media calendar. Get started at GoDaddy.com/Aero. That's GoDaddy.com/AIRO.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Huddle up. We got one play. Everything we work for comes down to this.
Quick question. Speaking of workouts, how would you rate your athletic program?
Bro, we're in the middle of the state championship.
Oh, so like a B+ then?
Dude, get out of our huddle.
Well, at Homes.com, we leave it all on the field to get you detailed information on local schools.
Off the field.
Off the field. Copy. All right, go sports.
How did he even get in here?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
We return to the men's room with
else in the men's room at KISW.com.
Because of the polo shirt and the rat tail, Ted. Exactly what I'm talking.
Coming from our question, what was your first experience seeing another naked human? Guys, I had to spend the night with my grandparents, and I probably woke up before she thought I would, but I saw my grandma in the buff straight out of the shower. No towel in sight. Probably like 7. Guys, my time to first see nudity when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I had to go to work with my mom on a no-school day. She was a stripper in SeaTac.
Oh, God.
I had to stay in the dressing room and saw plenty of naked ladies. Great times.
I'm guessing they don't have a bring your kid to work day there.
That's wild.
Yeah. Hey, you got to come to work with me.
But, you understand how that could happen.
Yeah, I get it.
I feel like it'd be better, at least at the A crop, you could eat some food.
That's true. That is true, yeah.
They don't serve food at strip clubs here?
I don't know. They serve booze now, which we got to go. I always said I didn't go to the ones up here. They didn't serve beer, and it was awkward. Now they serve beer. I don't have an excuse not to.
Yeah, good point. I'll go with you. I'll be your wingman.
Yeah.
Guys, I've been a licensed massage therapist since 1998 when I was 18 years old and a licensed esthetician since I was 20. So for over 20 plus years, I've been seeing naked bodies, and I mean all the naked body parts. But massage and skincare waxing are two totally different services. One of my favorites was an older man that decided he wanted to try to test me and essentially gaslight me into being afraid of him. I sent him into the massage room to get on the table with clear instructions. He wasn't new to massage therapy, but was a new client to me. When I knocked on the door to make sure he was ready, he said yes. When I walked in, he was standing there with his hands on his hips like a very proud man. Asked him what the F he was doing. He said he wanted me to know what I was working with.
Jesus.
I told him that unless his service was for me to rip the hair off his bees, I didn't need to see him. That would be a completely different service. Also told him that if he needed to be a predator like this, I would let his wife, who was also a client of my spa, know. He wasn't a client for long because he said I was too strong of a personality for him. I wasn't sad to see him go. Have a great day, dudes. And Miles. That from Rose in Tacoma.
That's my worry. Well, there's legality is the big reason. But, like, you ever think about going to one of those, like, kind of massage parlors? I just feel like I'd walk in and they'd be like, not that kind, dude.
Are you going in there looking for that?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know what to tell you because technically it's illegal, so I don't know how they advertise.
Correct.
I guess maybe they offer you something toward the end. And like, would you like me to continue?
Hey, look, if it's got a red and blue sign that says massage and it's blinking, just go to one of those probably.
Miles, look, you're probably 90% right.
If it says foot massage, probably not.
I just feel like I picked the wrong one on the wrong day. And they just feel like, it's not that kind of place. We're calling the cops.
Then they're on the way.
Yeah. And then the cop shows up and he's like, come on, Ted.
That would be awesome.
Right?
That would be great.
Well, I'm thinking of a specific one in a certain area, and I know a cop that patrols there.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Now time for a few birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly. You probably know the one I'm talking about. It's right by one of my friend's houses. It's clearly that's what
I can guess the friend based on where I know he lives.
I keep threatening to do it, but I'll.
But if a cop patrols, don't do it. If you said, look, there's no one around, I'd be like, all right, man, swing for the fences. But if a cop patrols it, they're waiting for your dumb ass to go in.
Well, he's just in that area. That's his beat.
I see. No
pun intended.
That's right. Guys, my son Colin turns 20 today. Sure, every parent says they're proud of their kid, but this guy is truly crushing it. He's just 1 quarter away from finishing his bachelor's degree at UW-Tacoma. Go Dogs. He's already gearing up to start physical therapy school this summer. Couldn't be more exciting for him. So can we get a fart montage? The captain discussing what is his favorite cereal, Honey O's that make them so addicting, and Coach Ted about waiting 1 more year before he tastes his first delicious cold one. Maybe Miles with some dad jokes. That from Sal, not Saul. Oh, Jesus. And a cat.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. All these people think I like Honey O's. I'm blaming it on the text to voice. I keep saying Runny O's. That's what the captain likes. There it is. That's from the front.
Oh,
no! Crunchberry. Now the captain likes it.
All right, you got 1 more year before you first have that first legal beer. And everybody knows nobody has a beer when they're 20. All right, you got to wait that last year. Second of all, keep dominating in pickleball. All right, we all know that neighbor that lives next door to you. Don't let him beat you. Third of all, keep coming over to the house for low country boils and delicious oysters.
Okay.
I know.
I'll give you a real dirty one here, but I have to tell you the punchline later.
Oh, okay.
What do you do when you come across a tiger in the jungle? What do you do when you come across a tiger in the jungle? Now on to the other jokes. Guys, Darth Vader always wears a mask, so how does he eat? How does Darth Vader eat?
I don't know.
He's force-fed.
Okay.
Rick Astley agreed to give you all his Pixar DVDs.
Oh, yeah?
I thought he was never going to give them up.
He's never going to give them up to them.
Yeah.
And the punchline, apologize.
It's better than what I thought.
Yeah. You were just crude.
Yeah. Damn it, Miles.
I know. Yeah. Could you imagine?
My bad.
Guys, I want to wish a happy 51st birthday to my twin brother, Scott. He got turned on to you guys about 15 years ago. Love the show. How about green beans, Coach Ted on how to stop slicing the golf ball, and the Dirty Germans on playing poker. Rock On Brothers, signed the better twin.
Green bean.
What?
Green bean.
Okay.
Green bean.
Yeah.
All right, how old's this guy, Miles?
51 years old, Scott.
Jesus Christ, son, you're 51 and you're still slicing the ball? I don't know. First of all, go to the driving range. Second of all, right, maybe I'm like you're 51 years old. Hopefully you're new to the sport. Now, what you don't want to do, don't buy those tees that say they'll help you anti-slice. Don't buy some stupid little, or point in the other direction. Also, if you're actually playing golf a lot and you slice the ball, maybe try a 3-iron off the thing and just get it in the goddamn fairway.
Or aim left.
Don't be that guy. Because he's going to keep slicing.
Yes, he will.
He'll never learn.
You got to play within your game, though, sometimes.
Yeah, he wants to know about me playing poker. There's a specific poker game it's called In the Backside.
Yeah. So I like that game, Texas Hold'em. I hold mine, you hold yours. Or you can hold mine and I'll hold yours. See you on the river.
And finally, Bachello's today's my husband, Kerry, 60-second trip around the sun. I love him lots. I know he would like to hear a second up cupcake, turtle sex, and the Dirty German's opinion on blowing candles and carrot cake. Thank you. That from Kerry's wife, Natalia.
Yeah, listen, I'm not above it, but I don't know candles or carrot cake.
Yeah, seems like a weird name for that band. Carrot cake's delicious, by the way.
Yes, it is.
That's the only way I can eat carrots. Happily.
You know what's best about it?
What?
It's the frosting.
Yeah.
When's the last time you blew out a birthday candle?
Oh, man. That's a good question.
I think I blew out a couple last year.
Did you?
Nobody, I mean, they're not going to put 45 of them on there, but
Yeah, it's a fire hazard
Yeah,
at
but
that
you
point.
still got the number 4 and the number 5.
Like, you know you've gotten old when they give you a cake and there's just a candle, or they just buy the number.
Or go out, our old buddy, the Rev in Fuego, years ago. Him and his wife got me one of those candles that you light and it opens up into other candles.
Ooh.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you one.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans, brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
In a world of endless notifications, there could be an important one you're missing. Your kidneys may be signaling an SOS. With high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you of early signs of damage, which may put you at higher risk for events like heart attack or stroke. But there's a simple test that can help spot a hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a urine test called UACR to help detect kidney disease and heart risk early. To learn more, visit detectthesos.com today.
You know how in football, timing is everything? You miss your window by a second, and the play's already gone. The holidays are the same way. Everything happens fast, and if you're not ready, you're scrambling at the last minute. That's why Amazon Prime is the real MVP this season.
With Prime's fast, free shipping, you can make those last-minute calls look effortless. Forgot your Secret Santa gift? Need something for that office party? Prime's got your back, helping you go from uh-oh to all set faster than a 2-minute drill.
Absolutely, Mark, because Prime isn't just about getting things fast. It's about making sure you never miss your shot. It turns that last-minute scramble into a smooth holiday win. So this season, remember, Prime's fast delivery has your back during the holidays, especially when it's down to the wire and can't wait another minute. Last-minute gifts delivered, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to shop now.
Now, the men's room wants to know, who sucks less?
Hey, time for Who Sucks Less. Steven Thrill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It's up to us to determine, though, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. Like I said, no particular theme this week other than the fact, well, these people suck. Now, I do not know if you're familiar with Ardvrek Castle. All you need to know, it's a castle, it's a historical site, it's in England, right? You can do the math. It probably looks exactly the way you picture it. Well, a community organization there, they accused tourists of ripping down a wall that's part of the castle. They said the historic structure was ruined so that tourists could clear a path that would allow them to see the castle itself and get a good photo without getting their feet soggy from the wet sand. So the local group called Historic Something, Ascent, they said that the incident was truly unbelievable, but it happened. Their statement said, quote, some special individuals decided when the water was over the beach area, rather than get their little tootsies wet, they would rip down a 500-year-old wall to make a path for themselves. Truly unbelievable, but it happened. Now, the group said the wall has been repaired slightly and are taking donations. It says, quote, if you're planning a holiday and want to clamor over an ancient monument for that Instagram pic, please don't. This is our history, and every time someone clamors all over it, a little more of it crumbles away. Now, individually, it might be small amounts, but collectively, it's our history that is disappearing. So again, there's a historic castle, and what kills me is they took down the wall so that they could get a picture of said castle. Just climb over the freaking thing. I mean, like, my God, man. Now we have a grieving family. They received an $8,000 bill for rent at their father's senior living home after his death, leaving them shocked by the unexpected charge. Now, some senior living facilities, they may require 30 days notice to end a lease, even in the case of death, which can cost families thousands of dollars. But, quote, says Bradford Kelly, says, how am I supposed to know 30 days in advance that my father was going to die? It's nuts. So he reached out after received an email from the Atria Senior Living Facility in Massachusetts, where his father was living when he passed away. Now, the email notified Kelly that his family owed just over $8,000 for October rent. The email came 3 weeks after his father died in September. Quote, I'm like, why would I owe for October? He wasn't there one day in October. Why would he owe for October? Now, the facility's business director explained in an email to Kelly that the lease stipulates that the facility requires 30 days written notice to vacate, and in this case, the date of the passing initiates the 30 days automatically. Okay? So he did not die September 1st. Therefore, they say you owe for October. Well, wouldn't you guess, Kelly family reached out to the local NBC affiliate there for help after they said they received the collection notices, and after they reached out nearly a year after the father's death, the family and Atria agreed to waive the balance of $8,036.77. Now, the company did not respond to requests for comment about their decision or their policy. But the family says, look, it's great that they decided to waive it, but it's been over a year of collection calls and letters, and to me, it's almost harassing to pay this amount. It was an awful thing to have to go through, and I hope this helps other people out there so they don't have to go through a similar thing. As a result, this year, 2 legislative bills have been filed in Massachusetts that aims to limit the number of days a facility can charge after a resident's death to 10 days. So the guy died. Okay. He didn't die September 1st, but it stipulates you have to have 30 days notice. There's only 30 days in September. So even if you died on the 2nd, their policy was that you would still owe for the next month. But like anything, they reached out to the local press. The local press ran a story, and they're like, oh, our bad. Sorry. And now you might remember this story. Our very own Mike Hawk brought this one to us. A Baltimore County fire employee is being investigated for inappropriate behavior at work. This comes after the employee made videos of himself masturbating in public areas at multiple firehouses in the county. Councilman David Marks said the firefighters and paramedics told him about the situation a few days ago. Quote, they obviously are very concerned about their own public health and safety. I've been on the council for 15 years. This is probably the most disturbing series of allegations I've ever heard. Now, fire department employees are encouraged to get tested at the Employee Health Center. They initiated hazmat cleaning for all of the fire stations and all the fire department offices and the public safety building. This includes high-touch surfaces, door handles, push plates, light switches, etc.
Oh,
Keep them out.
So he did this on all those things.
This is based on the video that he recorded himself.
Oh, Jesus.
Bathrooms in all fixtures, water fountains, kitchens, including sinks, appliances, both inside and out, the bunk rooms, specifically the beds and furniture, lockers, both inside and out, floors, they say deep cleaning and sanitizing using germicidal products, several vehicles, including things that I have no idea what they are going to undergo professional cleaning and sanitation. They're also working to replace all station ice machines in response to the allegation.
Jesus.
Yeah, so Councilman Julian Jones, ice machines. He said, in over 30 years of experience in the Anne Arundel County Fire Department, hearing of this is a disturbing first. Quote, I rose from the bottom to the top in Anne Arundel County, and I've never heard of anything like this, and I've dealt with more personnel issues and problems than you can imagine, and nothing as bizarre and grotesque.
This guy's from Glen Burnie, I know it.
That would make sense. So those are your stories. We have the tourists that went to the 500-year-old castle and just took down part of the wall so they could get a better picture of the castle they were there to see. We have the family that was billed $8,000 in rent for the month of October of last year, in spite of the fact that their father had died in September, but they're trying to hold him on the hook.
Is that specific because it's a elderly center? I can't imagine the building I live in charging me rent after I die.
They wouldn't do it, but I think part of the reason that these senior living facilities do that is because if you put people in there for senior living, they know they're going to drop dead at any minute, right?
Okay, so it is just as bad as
their whole thing is, right? Like, no one expects you to drop dead, Ted. I mean, you could, but it's unlikely. I put your ass in a senior living facility. They know why you're there, so they put that stipulation in 30 days, right? And again, so if you don't die on the first or second of any given month, you owe for the next month, even though they've already rented out the room.
All right, Ted, what do you think?
I mean, look, it's easy to say the firefighter sucks the most.
Yeah.
Because he is contaminating all that stuff.
So many things,
right?
Man.
He really got after it.
Because we've had stories where people, they did it in someone's coffee mug, that this guy, door handles, the ice machine, like every surface that you might possibly touch, the water fountain, right?
But honestly, I think that senior facility might suck the most. As I was saying, that's just evil because you're banking on these people passing away. But I think it's essy what they did and completely out of line. But the people that took down the 500-year-old wall, out of this case, sucks the least.
Suck the least. Okay, I'm going to go with the fireman sucks the most.
Okay.
Based on what he did.
I mean, look, I can't argue. Even if I disagree, it ain't worth arguing.
But I'm going to go with the Boston senior facility sucking the least on this.
Why is that? I mean, it wasn't a contract, to be fair.
I know.
That's the contract they had.
You signed the contract. You knew what you were getting into. They did get their money back, fortunately. They had to go through channels to get it. They had to get Jesse or whatever they did.
Basically.
But they
Massachusetts Jesse.
And they changed their policy.
They didn't change their policy, but the state of Massachusetts has introduced legislation. It has not passed
to make
yet.
Sure that they can't do that.
To make sure they can't do it.
Based on that, something positive got done?
Something positive did happen.
I'm going to say that story sucks the least.
Yeah.
You could also say that one sucks the least, frankly, because that's just where we're at in our country.
That's where we're at.
That's how businesses work.
But I think Miles makes a good point.
Like they're
trying to get out of a gym membership.
Yeah, they're written to screw you over.
But I think Miles makes a good point. At least something beneficial came about as a result of this family going through that.
Debate continues on Who Sucks Less. If you like the Men's Room on Facebook or follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. All right, coming up at 5:08, we're going to drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
You know how in football, timing is everything? You miss your window by a second, and the play's already gone. The holidays are the same way. Everything happens fast, and if you're not ready, you're scrambling at the last minute. That's why Amazon Prime is the real MVP this season.
With Prime's fast, free shipping, you can make those last-minute calls look effortless. Forgot your Secret Santa gift? Need something for that office party? Prime's got your back, helping you go from uh-oh to all set faster than a 2-minute drill.
Absolutely, Mark, because Prime isn't just about getting things fast. It's about making sure you never miss your shot. It turns that last-minute scramble into a smooth holiday win. So this season, remember, Prime's fast delivery has your back during the holidays, especially when it's down to the wire and can't wait another minute. Last-minute gifts delivered, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to shop now.
Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. Well, first, quick check out Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A new bill has been introduced in Florida that lets patients grow their own marijuana plants at home.
I saw that. There's a bunch of people going one step ahead of you, buddy.
I'm about to say, there's plenty that already are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the limit in Washington? 6?
I don't know.
I think 6 for personal use.
Didn't they just bust an illegal grow operation instead? And I'm like, God.
But that was...
Didn't you kind of open the floodgates when you legalized the purchase of it?
Well, I mean, my thing is, because Miles brought it up before. We had the cops in last week.
Yeah.
They're like, you can grow your crap and all that, but who's your clientele when they can just go to the store, have a controlled amount of whatever it is they're looking for, right? And just buy it. I mean, I bought it when it was illegal, but now that it's legal, I don't buy illegal weed. I go to the store.
There's always going to be illegal growers, but the idea is going to be moonshiners.
Right.
But the idea is just to get that tax revenue.
Right. Exactly. There's still moonshiners, but at the end of the day, you can, and
you can
West
still
Virginia,
homebrew.
Kentucky, you can go buy stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Some people are just going to do it for old time's sake.
Or they enjoy doing it.
You can homebrew.
But their operation was so big. Like, a lot of people just like growing the weed. I get it. People grow their own vegetables, blah, blah, blah. Cool. But their operation was so big. I'm like, all right, you guys are making money on it.
If I want to make whiskey at home, it's fine. I just can't sell it.
Right. That's it.
Right.
You make a whiskey at home?
Well, you can. And have kits for it. I mean, you can make gin at home. You can make all that stuff at home.
I've tried somebody's homemade whiskey on 3 separate occasions. I will continue to purchase it. It was it's like, wow, man.
Well, you need the right barrel, you know?
Yeah.
There's a new study that suggests that bottled water may not be as safe as many people assume.
I mean, what, microplastics?
Microplastics. They did tests on water sold in refillable jugs, and they found high levels of bacterial contamination.
Of course. Look, I just assume anything we consume, there's some risk to it.
Right. It's going to kill us in one way or another.
And if we're at water now, I'm like, okay, we're done.
Right.
It's about air pollution, so I can't breathe the air. I can't drink the water. Like, all right, whatever else we do in between, which is pretty much everything, don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's all making you unhealthy, but keep healthcare expensive.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
That's the cycle, man. That's the cycle right there.
Yeah, man.
Fantastic. Due to the influx of questions, Texas Parks and Wildlife officials issued a statement that no, you can't use drones to bait fish before you go fishing.
How big are these drones? What, are they chumming the water with drones?
I think so. That's basically what they're doing is they're getting them all set up and getting them, ready to eat, and then they just kind of gently float in there, and then they start casting.
I got you. All right.
Well, it gives them a better overhead view of where they might be able to see fish, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, that's a fact.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're using it to scout, I don't mind. But I think any real fisherman or hunter worth their salt, like, that's kind of...
That's part of the process.
Well, I got to think, though, these are
baiting
people that want to make money on it.
Right, I'm just saying, it's not... I don't know. It's against the code.
Well, I mean...
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, you can go pheasant hunting, but you don't shoot them when they're just sitting on the ground.
Right.
You got to kick them up.
Well, it's like chumming. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing.
Scientists have found a potential molecular fountain of youth in cocoa compound.
All right.
You mean that dark chocolate.
So basically, people with the bitter compound that is found in chocolate with more of that particular compound in their blood showed younger-looking DNA markers in a study of over 1,600 people.
So keep eating chocolate.
Dark chocolate. Isn't that really what it's always been for a long time?
Don't drink water, eat dark chocolate.
Right. By the bucketful. Eat as much as you can.
Yeah, obviously there's a limit to it, but you're right. They've been saying it for years. I just think you just got to get, I don't know, mid-30s before you're like, oh, I like dark chocolate now.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, your palate's got to adjust to it.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you get that Hershey pack. That special dark is the worst.
Oh, that's the one you gave to your parents.
Yeah.
Do you want this one? He's like, absolutely.
Right.
Now I get it.
Then you took a sip of your dad's beer and you went, that's disgusting. And then as you got older, you're like, this ain't half bad.
Well, I told my dad, first time I had a sip of beer, I don't know, like 6, 7 years old, in Budweiser. Can I have a sip? He's like, sure. I took a sip, and I told him, oh, my God, I'll never drink beer in my life. And I just remember he looked at me and laughed. That was the entire exchange.
Exactly.
Now we have our own beer.
3 of them.
Just saying.
3 of them.
I had 3 of those special darks last night.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I have a bag. Well, like, well, I can't eat crackles during the week. Ooh, special darks.
Here we go.
These are healthy.
Yeah.
I'm being good to myself.
Exactly. I'm going to sleep good tonight.
You're welcome, me.
Good looking out, me.
Put your thinking caps on, Jets. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. Sorry, Tim, I forgot. It is a verb that is brought to you by the letter G. I'm way behind on this today, by the way, so my apologies. It is a verb brought to you by the letter G. I'm going to give you guys about a 60% chance of getting this one right. To do this is to use dishonest tricks to illegally take money or property. A G word that is a verb that means to use dishonest tricks to illegally take money or property. Usually this... more commonly, this word is used to describe someone with the letters ER at the end of it.
Okay.
Use dishonest tricks to illegally take money or property.
Grifter.
Miles, you nailed it. Well done, sir.
You don't hear that word much anymore.
Oh, the grift.
Now he's a grifter.
Yeah, grifter.
The email scammer shamelessly grifted thousands of dollars from unwitting victims. Okay.
Good work.
Yeah.
I feel like you gotta like see an interview with an old time gangster, and he's like, "So this was the grift.
This is the grift."
Yeah.
Someone did a deep dive to answer the question: can you wear the same pair of socks more than once?
You can.
You can. I don't think you should.
No, you should not. You absolutely should not.
But physically, you can.
Correct. It is easy to put the same pair of socks on. However, foot fungus is a thing. Athlete's foot is a thing. Nasty ass feet are a thing.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Right. That was the thing that they broke down there. It's like you were sweating throughout your feet the entire day. You guys remember those there was like an infomercial deal that they sold where they, like these foot pads that they had sticky substance. It was like a pad basically for your feet that you stuck on there.
In place of socks?
No, at night when you went to bed, you'd stick these things on the sole of your feet, and then when you woke up in the morning, they were all black and nasty, and that's all the toxins that they're putting out of your body in the middle of the night. It's like,
ew, man.
I do remember that.
Your body does that naturally. That's why you should wash the bottom of your feet.
Good to
It's also one of the things with a float, too, they say. That pulls all that crap out, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, salt water, right?
Yeah.
Sure. We leach toxins out of ourselves. That's why we have sweat glands.
I would rather wear my underwear again than my socks.
Ted, you'd
agree.
Barnes, didn't he go a whole year wearing a new pair of socks every day one year?
My buddy Cobb did.
Oh, Cobb.
You got to wear a new pair of socks.
Brand new pair of socks.
Yeah, so you'd wash them and then donate them.
Okay. I dig that.
It's tougher to do than you think, though.
I can believe that's a lot of socks, brother.
I told you, I'm like, what's his neighborhood? Like, when I go home, I'll change socks and change outfits.
Ooh.
Okay. Like, I know you always say you like your jeans. My jeans are plenty comfortable.
You just want to get out of them.
That's right. I want to put on shorts or a pair of sweats, and I want to wear a pair of shoes still inside, so I got to change my socks.
I'm with you.
You still wear the shoes inside?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like wearing shoes.
It's actually gotten to the point for me that if I'm going to be at somebody's house for an extended period of time, I will bring a change of comfy clothes. You know, if we're having dinner or whatnot, we'll go over to the in-laws.
Yeah.
And if we're having dinner, I'll come looking nice. Usually I have a nicer shirt on, but I'll go in there and I'll look nice. But then as soon as dinner's over and the old people leave, I'll run into the room real quick, switch up, and now I've got my comfy shorts on. I've got a sweatshirt
That's
on.
fair. If you know it's gonna be that kind of night.
We've both done it at our buddy's house. It's like, hey man, it's like 6 or 7. Are we going to a bar? And he's like, nah, I think we'll just watch the game here. Mike and I are both like running to his bedroom. We're like, all right, I'll put on sweats then.
That's right. Now I'll just stay here and watch the fight. Like, all right, give me like 2 minutes real quick. It's getting cozy in here. Ted, what day is it, my friend?
Oh, I know what day it is, Mike. Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. Good job. It's also National Logger Day.
The Men's Room Top 10.
Dummy.
The Men's Room Top 10.
Unofficially brought to you by Men's Room 20th Anniversary Lager by Black Raven Brewing.
That's exactly a fine, tasty beer.
That is a tasty ass beer, man.
Tasty beer.
I still haven't had the Holidays holiday porter yet. I'm just
not this year. I have not.
No, I got to get up to Murphy's on 45th. If they still have
You're
it.
right there.
Man, they blow through those kegs, though.
I know. It's good.
So if they still have it, it will.
Come on, man. But we all know that lagers are not the only beers that are available. There's a whole slew of different kinds of beers. Which one's your favorite?
Oh, this is actually about beer.
It's all
I
about
thought you were going to give me facts about, like, logging trees.
No, man, this isn't the University of Puget Sound. We're talking about beer up here.
Dummy.
Good call. It's a loggers reference.
That is.
Go loggers. Let's see here. So this is the 10 most popular beer styles. 10 most popular beer styles in the world.
In the world, okay.
So as far as
I guess Pilsner is
not a
number
bad call.
one.
What would be your guys' favorite styles of beer?
Pilsner. Hands down.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Me too. I try to avoid sours at all costs.
I do not like sours. Typically, I go IPAs. I also like porters a lot.
Okay, so oddly enough, number 10 on the list is sour beer.
Yeah. I enjoy, again, 1 to 2.
Right, and also
Like,
I
like them, but like you literally, like I have one buddy, Dunk, he loves them. He'll bring over a bottle and we'll each have like a glass.
There you go.
The thing is, I don't eat sour things. So I don't eat sour candies.
I don't mind sour candy. It's something about the sour beers. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, I know. It's
Right
always
on the
fresh.
bench.
This strange specialty, mostly crafted in Belgium, allows a spontaneous fermentation, which leads to sour beers with noticeable acidity and often funky flavors that then makes the category unique.
Funky is probably the best description. If someone really said it like that, it's funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes funky.
The American Brown Ale comes in at number 9.
That's a good. You don't find those anymore with Newcastle.
Newcastle's the only one I can think of.
But that's not
English,
American.
but that's the style.
But that's the brown
Who
ale.
said American?
Also called Amber Ale, this category, and also made internationally, corresponds to all brown or amber beers with a maltier flavor and a medium body, weightier than pale lagers or blonde ales.
Georgetown does one every year for charity that they've got out for about a week.
I do like a good
It's,
amber.
it's fantastic.
Their examples are Deschutes Cinder Cone Red, Full Sail Amber, Kona Lava Man Red Ale, North Coast Rudrick's Red Seal Ale.
So brown ale and amber are the same thing.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
American brown ale.
American
specifically, they put American
brown
There's
ale.
some European stuff in here as well.
Yeah.
Porters coming in at number 8.
All right. I like
This
porters.
English style of dark beer is very similar to the
Hello,
stouts,
Governor.
but it's lighter and less intense. They're deep red-hued instead of black and have a thinner foam.
And people always think they're going to be super heavy,
Yeah.
and they do look heavy, but most porters are really not heavy at all.
They have chocolate and roasted coffee aromas as well, but they're more malty and approachable than stouts. This is also from LondonDrinksGuide.com. I should
That's why
mention
Guinness
that.
is so good. It's the best of both worlds. It's kind of like a porter,
It really is.
but it drinks easier.
Examples of porter: Anchor Porter, Boulevard Bully Porter, Deschutes Black Butte Porter, and Founders Porter Black Butte. Pilsner comes in at number 7.
Wow.
London Drinks Guide. So the Pilsner style was born in the Czech Republic and was the first blonde-colored beer in history. Its pristine,
That's why Ted likes that it's blonde.
zesty flavor soon became the more popular than the dark brews of the time, and the style still is immensely popular today. More vibrant and more complex than regular lager, Pilsner beers are an excellent transition beer if you want to go from industrial beer to craft beer. And then
I also want to say the Pilsner like explosion kind of got into the English pubs in like the 50s or something. And like
Okay.
their old beers were kind of weaker.
Okay.
And they were cask beers. But you only had those breweries, and then those kind of exploded and turned into like what culture is now.
Gotcha. Alrighty. These are the 10 most popular beer styles in the world. Number 6, I get down with them, a wheat beer. I
Every
know.
once in a while.
Those are the heavy ones. Those are drinking a meal. I get that. However, I enjoy them. Wheat beers are crowd pleasers. They're made by adding wheat to the grain bill, which gives the concoction a rich mouthfeel, aromas reminiscent of bread and tropical fruit, and sometimes a hazy, milky color and texture.
Does the Hefeweizen, does that fall into the wheat beer category?
Yes, it does. So
Okay.
their examples are
Good
the
call.
Hacker Schorweise, the Paulaner Hefeweizen, and a handful of others there.
You ever had that
Boulevard on
Sam
Filter.
Adams cherry wheat?
No, I do like Sam Adams.
Pretty tasty.
Really? I've never had it.
Yeah.
The stout comes in at number
Stout.
5.
You know what? I do like stouts.
I like stouts. They just end up being heavy.
Again, though, depends on the stout because Guinness is a stout, but it's actually a light beer.
They're made with roasted malt, which imparts coffee, char, and chocolate aromas and a creamy mouthfeel. Stouts are made with ale yeast, so they have a complex nose. They can overwhelm the inexperienced, but the flavor and aroma intensity are very, very satisfying.
Creamy
Like it has
mouthfeel.
less calories than a Corona. A Guinness.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Avery Out of Bounds Stout, Deschutes Obsidian Stout. Stout.
Feels like a Guinness night tonight.
It does.
You know?
It does.
It's one of those nights.
10 most popular beer styles in the world. The India Pale Ale, or IPA, comes in at number 4. Legend says that the British started adding an extra dose of hops, the stabilizing flour that gives beer their bitterness, to protect them from for the lengthy journey to the colonies in India. The style is now made everywhere on Earth, and it's easily recognizable for their bitter taste and intense aromas of citrus and tropical fruit. Double and triple IPAs exist as well and are even more bitter. Examples: Alpine Duet, Bell's Two Hearted Ale, Fat Heads, Headhunter IPA, Firestone, Lagunitas.
Black Raven.
I'm about to say it. IPA is not usually my flavor. Black Raven has been the only one that has made an IPA that I find.
Trickster's great.
Yeah.
I don't generally like Pilsners, but Black Raven made a Pilsner where I'm like, this is effing delicious.
Absolutely.
And credits too. I thoroughly, like, Lagunitas was probably one of the first IPAs I had. I'll stand by them.
Okay. I dig it. The American Pale Ale comes in at number 3. Here's where things get interesting because we're entering craft beer territory. These beers are fermented with a different yeast. I'm reading this backwards. That's why it said that. The beers are fermented with a different yeast, ale yeast. This microorganism makes aromatic beers that can smell like fruit and freshly baked bread. American Pale Ales also have more noticeable hop aroma and bitterness and a creamier mouthfeel compared to the industrial lagers. They go with Ballast Point, Firestone Walker Pale, Great Lakes Burning River Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, Stone Pale Ale. So
Rolling Rock, not a pale ale, just so you know. I don't care what they put on the bottle. That tastes nothing like a pale ale.
No.
Okay.
I don't like Rolling
I mean, maybe they can explain it somehow to me. I still don't believe them.
And credit to Miles always brings it up, Sierra Nevada. Those people in California really took the rules, started making it, started selling across the country, and that's where you really get all these breweries popping.
That's it. I mean, that's the start of the beer revolution.
Okay. I like it.
Now, with that said, I don't know that I like American Pale Ale.
Oh, no.
Well, they're still
Keep the
pretty
easy
hot
stuff. Yes, they are. Number 2 on the list of the 10 most popular beer styles in the world is the International Lager. Let's see. International lagers are uncomplicated and always refreshing, never complicated, and with little aromas. These are also fermented with lager yeasts and have low alcohol by volume between 4.6 and 6%. They are these popular beers are not artisanal but industrial and are often quite inexpensive. They go, those are Corona Extras.
it's mass produced.
Yeah,
you want beer? Here's a beer.
Labatt's in Canada.
Heineken.
Cronenberg.
Red Stripe. Yeah. Gold Leaf Lager.
Rainier.
Right.
Is Rainier an international lager?
American Lager. Sorry. My bad.
But then the number one most popular beer style in the world.
Now we know number 1
would be, what is it, Ted Smith? The American Lager.
The
American Lager.
Spoiler alert.
The beautiful red, white, and blue lager. Some wine styles are quite obscure and hard to find, but others, like the American Lager, are just the opposite. They're everywhere. American lagers are bottom fermented with lager yeast, which produces light, refreshing beers.
Now
with
we're talking about guys that fell trees. They're yeast.
Little to no aromas. You won't find hop or malt aromas. These lagers are straightforward and easy to drink. Those are your Budweisers, your Coors, your Grand Belt Premium Lager, Miller High Life, and all that in between. So there you go. The 10 most popular beer styles in the world. Crack one and enjoy one. Especially a Men's Room 20th Anniversary Lager from Black Raven Brewing.
Yes, indeed.
A man in Florida stands accused of stealing a BMW, but he's got quite the reason for being in the car, Miles.
What was his story?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Yes, we have.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve, a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast an unidentified woman from San Francisco, California. Mike Hawk, I believe you might have the story in headlines. But basically, she ordered herself a driverless Waymo vehicle so she could go to the University of California, San Francisco hospital yesterday. And it's a gutsy choice, since in the last week, we've read stories about Waymos slamming into the back of stopped school buses, which parents have not been happy about, and even driving through the middle of a police standoff. Well, her ride was actually going smoothly. And so Waymo's remote rider support team, they basically detected something, quote, unusual happening inside. I don't know how. They just detected unusual activity. But that's when they actually initiated a call to check on the rider. That's also when they discovered that the rider was a pregnant woman riding solo who self-delivered her own baby in the back of the car.
That's a cleaning fee.
Yeah, well, a few minutes later, mother and baby were dropped off at the hospital where they had doctors waiting for.
All right.
To your point, Waymo points out that they did immediately remove the vehicle from service for cleaning. That was the final line they wanted you to know.
This thing smells weird.
Yeah, that is crazy to me. You're going to the hospital because you're in labor, and you have to deliver your own baby, and basically when she gets to the hospital, it's like,
ta-da.
But the kid's fine, the mom's fine, but Waymo was excited to say, that's our youngest passenger we've ever had. Yeah, fresh. I mean, it ain't going to get younger than that.
You can't get any younger than that.
Cannot get younger than newborn. All right, so we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, let's get a contestant online now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
At Homes.com, we do whatever it takes to get you the in-depth info on local schools you won't find anywhere else. Things like student-teacher ratio, test scores, and school programs. And sometimes that requires attending school recitals. So many recitals.
That's my son. Isn't he terrific?
Yeah, a real prodigy. Homes.com. We've done your homework.
This podcast is brought to you by Kleenex Lotion Tissues. You can't predict sick days, but with Kleenex Lotion Tissues, you can be better prepared for them while helping keep your skin healthy. Whether it's a surprise sneeze or a stuffy nose, it's always good to have something gentle on hand. Kleenex Lotion Tissues moisturize to help prevent skin irritation while you're battling those unwanted cold and flu symptoms. It's extra care when you need it most. I mean, why not have one less thing to worry about when you're not feeling your best? For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
I'm caught up in the game. My attention is on every play and every whistle. But what I'm missing is a signal coming from my kidneys. That signal isn't like a ref's whistle. It's more of a silent SOS, which could be warning me of an increased risk for events like heart attack or stroke. And a way I can catch that signal? A simple urine test called UACR. If you have type 2 diabetes or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor about the UACR test. Detect the SOS. Visit detectthesos.com to learn more.
Health insurance rates in America are surging, leaving millions without affordable options. But Christians don't need to waste money on a broken system. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an alternative to health insurance at half the cost. With CHM, fellow believers contribute monthly to help pay each other's medical bills while lifting one another up in prayer. It's financial and spiritual support when you need it most. Join CHM today by visiting chministries.org/solution. That's chministries.org/solution.
I need a job with a steady paycheck.
I need a job that offers health care on day one for me and my kids.
I want a job where I can get certified in technical roles, like robotics or software engineering.
In communities across the country, hourly Amazon employees earn an average of over $23 an hour, with opportunities to grow their skills and their paycheck by enrolling in free skills training programs and apprenticeships. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
With comprehensive reports on local schools you won't find anywhere else, Homes.com is the only place to find the in-depth info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Curious about where a school ranks in the state? Look no further. Percentage of teachers in their first or second year? We've got it. Lowest student-teacher ratio? No problem. The best cafeteria lunch in the district for your 9-year-old food blogger? Would it surprise you if we said yes?
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
99.9 KISW. Text the men's room at 206-803-ROCK.
TV Time with Ted brought to you by Xfinity. Give them a call, 1-800-XFINITY. The men's room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhook, please tell everyone how Profile This is played. Sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Devin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
All right, Devin, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. You have your choice today of 3 categories. We offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize this, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence.
Let's do seriously.
I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
All right, we don't know if you dealt with any family drama on Thanksgiving, but even if you did, it probably does not top this. A 21-year-old guy in Illinois is facing charges after he got into a heated argument on Thanksgiving and ended the fight by torching the house. Now, cops in Beach Park, Illinois, near Chicago, they responded to a call at about 7:30 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. At that point, it was just an argument. The family said that 21-year-old Eric Crump, he'd been antagonizing and arguing with other people at dinner. Cops were able to calm things down, and he agreed to keep to himself the rest of the night. But unfortunately, that did not happen. They had to come back an hour later because the house was on fire. Seems that he used gas or some sort of accelerant to start the fire in his bedroom. And he was standing on the street with a knife when the cops got there. But luckily, no one was hurt and everyone made it out okay. As you'd expect, he's facing some serious jail time, but his family currently needs a new place as their house suffered major damage. Now, the question is, what was this Thanksgiving argument about? Was it about politics? Was it about religion? Was it about football? Or was it because they asked him to move out? So politics, religion, football, or move out?
That's tricky. Miles, what do you think?
Bears are doing pretty good this year, so I'm going to say no football. I'll say move out, Devin.
Move out. Ted, what are you leaning towards?
I think moving out makes too much sense. So I think it's just as dumb as you think it is, and this is just a football argument.
Okay.
What were the other two again, Throw?
Religion and politics.
Or religion.
Yeah, politics,
Again.
religion, football, or moving out.
Yeah.
Basically the 4 standards.
Exactly. I was just going to say, people get pretty fired. I'll go with religion.
Religion.
It gets people heated.
Okay, why did this guy burn the house down? Was it talking about politics, religion, football, or moving out? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Homes.com is the only place where you can find specialized neighborhood guides with the in-depth insider info home shoppers want. Very in-depth info. Want to know if there's homes for sale in the area? We've got it. How long has a home been on the market? We'll know it. Average lot size? Proximity to local parks? Of course. Insight into your neighbor's divorce? We're working on it.
Homes.com. We've done your homework.
Deborah had to have surgery.
I had hip surgery in November of 2024.
Her United Healthcare nurse, Crystal, checked on her.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell that she was struggling.
Deborah needed help.
My infection markers were through the roof.
And Crystal knew what to do.
I called the hospital and said she's coming in.
And got Deborah the help she needed.
Crystal and United Healthcare saved my life.
Hear more stories like Deborah's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is seriously on profile. This we got a 21-year-old man out near the Chicago area got in a heated argument during Thanksgiving. Guess police came initially, tried to calm the situation down.
And he said he would calm down.
Then about an hour and a half later, he grabbed some gas, went into his bedroom, and burned the house down. Question is, what were they arguing about? Politics, religion, football, or moving out?
And Devin, that is the question that we posed to you. And let us start with the Ted Smith. You went with football?
Football.
Now, believe it or not football. Miles, you made a good point. Bears are actually doing better than most people thought this year. They live outside of Chicago. Who's going to complain?
In my family, it would just be an argument about the cover 2.
Right, exactly. It's still football, just not about the team's record.
You got to go mad!
Devin, you said religion, which is very reasonable because people lose their frickin' minds, but it was not religion in this case. Miles, you went with moving out.
If I can't live here, you can't live here.
And think about it. The guy that burned the house down was the guy they said needs to move out. I think without even meeting him, we understand why maybe they wanted him to move out.
He's not living there anymore.
No.
Thanksgiving seems like an odd day to tell him, though.
It does, but they said that he'd been aggressive all day. So I get a feeling like it'd probably been building up, and finally someone just slammed on their plate and said, you know what? You got to go. You got to go, man. Damn. I guess.
Now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Colbert,
Steven,
Seth Meyers, Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The Twilight guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Prison guards in South Carolina intercepted a package of crab legs, steak, and cigarettes flown into a prison by a drone. That story again, prison guards ruined Christmas in South Carolina prison.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Damn it.
Don't forget the Old Bay.
Well, that's why I left it out. It would have been obvious that I wrote it.
Okay.
No, only if you mentioned that it was spicy Old Bay.
Cigs, weed, steak, crab legs.
Old Bay.
Old Bay. I mean, it's kind of hard to be mad at these guys.
No, I get it. You know what I mean?
It's prison.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I know. But still, I'm like, look, these guys have taste.
If it was meth.
Right. You go, guy, what are you doing?
If they're dropping ramen noodles, be like, dude.
This. I go, like,
all right.
Yeah.
It's like Jamie S. Winston. You go, all right.
It's been freezing cold in New York City this week. An Arctic blast dropping temperatures into the teens. It's tough. You never want to see the Rockefeller Center tree experiencing shrinkage.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Yeah, it's Fallon.
It's been a freezing cold week so far in New York City, with an Arctic blast dropping temperatures into the teens. Ooh. It's tough. You never want to see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree experience shrinkage. You know that.
Chipotle launched a collaboration with a luggage company, Base, to offer a $48 crossbody bag designed to carry one of their burritos because your stomach was not.
Seth?
That's Seth.
Chipotle launched a collaboration today with the luggage company Base to offer a $48 crossbody bag designed to carry one of their burritos because your stomach was not.
Australia just launched the world's first social media ban for people under 16, which includes TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Who knew there was still someone under 16 using Facebook?
Fallon.
Yeah, that's Fallon.
Australia just launched the world's first social media ban for everyone under 16 years old, which includes TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. It's a big deal. I mean, who knew there was someone under 16 using Facebook? You know,
Your kids use the mouse? They're in their 20s.
No.
I know.
No. I don't use Instagram. Well, my one daughter uses Instagram. That's about as close as I get.
Yeah, my niece and nephew in their 20s. Like, I don't think my nephew even has a Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is kind of interesting. Variety, they had two writers, right, make two lists of their favorite TV shows from this year.
This year, okay.
Correct. So there's two lists. Now, we all watch TV in here, but I'm just interested to see how many of these shows any of us have actually watched.
You know, it gets tougher now only because with all the different streaming services. You know, back when you had like 3 networks or 4 networks, there's a very good chance you at least saw the show, even if you didn't watch it now. Even when you name a show, it's like, what service is it on? And that even takes a second for people like Apple, no, Hulu, no, Netflix, right? So, I mean, it's tough to keep up, which personally I think is a good thing.
It is. And I think it's great for the actors and writers, directors, everybody that works on this stuff. There's all that stuff.
And actors get residuals because people like me might find your show 3 years from now.
Right, and also, like I always talk about, it saved shows, too.
Absolutely.
Right? Like All American. Steve the Thrill Hill, have you seen All American yet?
I have not.
Jesus, man.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just thinking like high school-based, dramas.
Yeah, but I've only been telling him to watch that goddamn show for, that damn show for...
Years?
7, 8 years?
Hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're all
man.
like, those kids all graduated. Again, that was a show that was on CW. Didn't get a big reception.
Sure.
Netflix picked it up. I never even heard of it. Started watching it on Netflix. I was like, man, this is really good. And got renewed for, now they're on like season 7.
Damn.
And again,
Okay.
Tay Diggs. All right, so the first list, this lady had, I can't say the name of that name. Murdoch, Death of the Family, about those rich people.
Oh, yeah.
with all those
That's
murders.
the documentary thing.
Correct. That was on Hulu.
I think my wife watched that one. Like, I saw
That
bits and
adds
pieces of it. I'm pretty sure my wife was watching that one.
How about The Gilded Age on HBO?
No. I think I've heard the name, but definitely did not see it.
All right. Now, Untamed on Netflix. I watched that one.
I know the name.
It's like 1800. I think it's like 1800s.
Okay.
I want to say that's the one where they're in the Utah territory. So you're dealing, obviously,
Was
with
this the fur trade and
I think Untamed, if I remember correctly, was the one dealing with like the Mormons are out there kind of going crazy.
Yeah, you've told us about
attacking
that, yeah.
people, right? Then you also have obviously the natives who are pissed and
Sure.
attacking people. It was their land, and it's just a mess.
Okay.
1,000 Blows on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu. I've never even heard of that.
All right, these varieties, 2 different writers chose their favorite shows. Outlander, Blood of My Blood on Stars.
Outlander.
Yeah.
No.
Mike, I know you've seen this one on HBO, right? Welcome to Derry.
Oh, yeah. We're watching it right now.
I've seen 2 of those episodes.
What do you think, Miles?
It's English humor, to some degree, right?
Welcome to Derry.
Is that the same one? Or am I
Are you talking about Derry Girls?
Derry Girls. Sorry, wrong show.
This is the second time he's done this where he's completely taken the wrong
Derry.
thing.
Think about say Derry, don't they? They get Derry in the
Welcome
name.
to Derry's
Mary,
about
Derry, whatever.
Pennywise,
Right.
man.
Oh, that's
so when
Stephen
you're
King.
like, hey, it's kind of funny. I'm like, this is definitely not the right show.
I will say it is, in the best way possible, it is the most horrific show I have ever seen in my life. The imagery is fascinating. It is haunting. It is creepy. It is fantastic, and it's made a lot of people. There was a '90s version of the movie. There was this latest run in the teens and the early 20s of the movie. And everybody who's watching Welcome to Derry is all saying the same thing. Pennywise took it easy on those kids.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me the other day. Yeah.
Right. The movies that scared people and where he became a household name, like this is one of the Mac Daddies of horror. Yeah, he took it easy on the kids in those movies. It's bad, dude.
This writer also had Paradise from Hulu, Forever, The Pit, and then Adolescence on Netflix. I watched Adolescence. Again, I wouldn't watch it as your kids are right at that age.
Right.
Very powerful show, and you just feel terrible for the parents, everybody involved. But again, it's those things, right? Like kids play games, they talk to other kids. You have no idea. Sometimes you have no idea what they're doing, what they're talking about, and it's again, very powerful show. I highly recommend it. And the way it's shot, 4 episodes, but each one is shot in one continuous shot.
Okay,
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So theatrically, it's kind of done well too.
Yeah.
But it touches so close to home for a lot of people. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have a teenager. I don't know that I'd watch it. But it's a very good show.
I don't like watching things that remind me of my life. That's not escape. What I mean? It's like putting on the news to me. It's like, right, this is S. This is crap. I don't need this right now.
Now, I feel like this lady's, I don't know if it was a lady or a man, but this list seems to have a few more shows that everybody's watched. Everybody's Live with John Mulaney on Netflix.
I know the name, haven't watched it.
Basically, he was doing a live show on Netflix where he'd bring out a bunch of different like celebrities, athletes from all different genres. And having them doing funny skits, having them sing songs.
Okay.
It was pretty good. Andor on Disney Plus.
Seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Come on, man. You know who you're talking to.
The Righteous Gemstones on HBO.
Again, know the name, did not watch it.
Nope.
Is that the one with the creepy guy, Goggins? Is he in Righteous Gemstones?
He could have been, but his big thing was, what's the show everybody likes? They're always on vacation. The White Lotus.
All right.
And the show I'm watching, I can't remember, Fallout.
I'm not getting Walton. There he is, Walton Goggins. Yeah, he is in that one. That's where Danny McBride.
Damn, he's a busy dude, man.
Adam Devine.
Oh, I should watch that one.
Yeah.
That seems pretty good. She also put The Gilded Age on there as well. And then a lot of people like that. And then The Studio on Apple TV.
The Studio.
So it is funny when you look at critics and what they'll watch and not watch. And I had a prime example the other day. I was telling it to Thrill about, like, I can't remember, basically just like critics are critics, but they're just looking for so much different stuff.
They are, and that's
that you're looking for, and they might not understand. And somebody had put something in there, and was like, you could tell this was a call, like a callback and this and that. Very well done. And then they interviewed the actor, and he was like, dude, I ad-libbed the line. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Well, I mean, critics, they have their point of view, and so they dissect things a lot differently than we do. It's almost like a food critic. Food critic, like peanut butter and jelly, I like it a lot. Suck it, right? You know what I mean? It's very subjective. I think critics truly only serve the interest of other critics because they kind of speak the same language. Yeah. Think about all the movies that get panned. This is vapid and stupid and blah, blah, blah. It's like, right, but people like vapid, stupid things. That's why Marvel does well. That's why Star Wars does well. You don't have to think a whole lot to understand who's good, who's bad. There's a bunch of special effects, and you're like, right, so we went to the theater to see it. So critics are looking for different things than just the average person.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's been a lot of talk, right? The Golden Globe nominations came out, right? Mm-hmm. Sydney Sweeney did not get one.
What was she in?
She, I forget the name of the female boxer.
Oh, yeah.
And people were like, it's a good film and this and that, but it also didn't do well in the box office. And then Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, what's that?
Christy.
Right, was it Christy? Yeah. So then Dwayne Johnson, he made a movie, and
Smashing Machine,
right? And I had seen the original version of the Smashing Machine on VHS, right?
All right.
It is a great story, but again, they're so specific. Like I only know the Smashing Machine from boxing back in the day, or doing a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Like you're really going to a specific audience. So I'm not shocked those movies, even though they were acted well, didn't do that great in the theater, right? And critics were like, oh, these are great movies. It's like, I'm sure they are. I still want to go watch Smashing Machine, but I'm like, I don't know that the average person really cares about the early days of mixed martial arts in Japan.
But also, most movies that are very well critically received, they'll win their awards and all that kind of crap, and that's why they put them out now, but they don't do great in the box office. There are some exceptions. Titanic, right? Stuff like that, which I did not care for, but
if they win, they've got a chance of mass appeal.
Yep, and that's the difference.
Sure. Right, I think and I'm with you. And I think everybody's I mean, look, it's that same way with food, right? And again, I love Anthony Bourdain, but I think he ruined a lot of people on certain fine dining and stuff. Because like you've worked in kitchens, right? You just said it. If you like something, you like it.
That's it, right?
But just because it's French doesn't make it taste better.
Nope.
Is it more of a higher technique of cooking?
Sure.
I guess. Right.
The
You started the 5 mother sauces. I get that. But
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes, you know what I mean? I mean, look, there's a very famous French restaurant in Vegas, right? A Thomas Keller restaurant. I went there twice when I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
For lunch, they had the best fried chicken I ever had.
Right.
Went there for dinner. I was like, you don't even have duck Laurent.
Even?
That's a little inside joke. Also, hey, people, when you're out there, man, that weather is terrible right now. There's a lot of rivers that don't generally flood, that are flooding. Like, be careful.
It's crazy.
Check the roads. It's dark. Slow down, right? Just be careful. If you like South Park, 28th season finale tonight on Comedy Central.
Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. The most San Francisco thing ever as a woman gives birth in a Waymo driverless car. We stay in the Bay Area where 3 Waymo driverless vehicles decide to spar. Wisconsin man loses headlights, so then a flashlight's going to have to do. A man driving a stolen car says teleporting is something that he went through. And a dog is reunited with family after 5 years and found 2,000 miles away from home. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
All right, our top story, we go to Florida where magic happens. Investigators allege that a local man jumped into a BMW convertible while the owner was walking his dog at a nearby park, searched through the car until he found the keys in the cup holder, and sped off. Reaching speeds of more than 100 miles an hour, he eventually came crashing to a halt, luckily avoiding hitting anybody else on his joyride. Passers-by stopped to help the man out of the crashed car as authorities arrived, but he quickly informed the police that he was in the car by mistake, you see, saying that he was teleported into the car.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, that clears it up, though.
Going further to say that the officers, quote, saved me from the aliens. Okie dokie. That's about the time that he was taken to the local hospital under guard for an evaluation, and upon his release, he'll be taken to the county jail to face charges of grand theft auto and driving on a suspended license.
You always wonder if people say that just to avoid going to jail real quick.
I wonder that. See if they can get out of it.
Yeah. I was beamed there, man. So, like, okay, get a quick evaluation.
Right.
Because if you really believe that, I don't think that evaluation passes that quickly.
No.
You know what I mean? You said he's already been released. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Because crazy people be crazy.
Nah, crazy people be teleported. In other news to Wisconsin, where the drivers at least try. Officers stopped a vehicle speeding along a state highway and noticed something a little off about the car. The car was unfortunately missing a driver's side headlight, but before you go on thinking that the driver was careless enough to drive without fixing it, think again, Ted. He installed a handheld flashlight in its place to do the job.
I mean, he made the effort, man.
The officer said while an attempt was made to increase visibility, a flashlight is not a safe nor legal replacement for proper headlights. The sheriff's office did not say whether or not the driver faced additional citations for their choice of lighting. I agree. He tried.
He did try. And they're right. That is not safe. It is not legal. But he put in some effort.
Right. And you look at the car, it looks like he wasn't able just to plug a new headlight in there.
Yeah, it looked kind of messed up.
It did. Down to San Francisco, where the Waymos keep dominating the news cycle.
They do.
It's been determined that one of the self-driving cars attempted to turn around, but stalled out upon finding that there was no outlet, which is kind of a flaw there. In the middle of this malfunction, it just so happened that another Waymo was driving by and could not stop in time before bumping into the other vehicle. So now you got two.
All right.
Not long after that, a third Waymo approached the wreckage and had no answer for navigating around it, bringing it to a stop, stuck behind the wreck. So now you have three Waymos stuck in the exact same spot.
I like that they're all Waymos.
Right. How do we get out of this?
Yeah.
Eventually, a Waymo employee arrived at the scene and manually separated the two vehicles, sending traffic back to a normal state. And this is the big argument against the Waymos is just put somebody in the car.
I mean, look, I get it saves money, blah, blah, blah. It's like, right, but this is vehicular traffic, man.
Right.
You know, and even humans behind the wheel, we're not always the best. We can all admit that. But we still make decisions based on our own safety.
Correct.
And something that has no concern about life, quote unquote, it makes different decisions.
Right.
We will try to slam on the brakes not to run someone over, or we'll slam on the brake or swerve the car to avoid things. You know, this.
We'll be able to turn around without.
If it's not pre-programmed to know that.
Correct.
And like I said, it doesn't have mortality to worry about.
Right.
I mean, think about it. Someone swings at you, you cover your face and your genitals.
Correct.
It's just what you do.
Well, and these programs work really well when all goes according to plan, and they can correct
Everything
to a degree.
works well when it goes according to plan.
But once you pull it off the rails, as it were, once you take that Waymo out of its element, you've seen what happens when these things just have completely derailed. They freak out and they start going all over the place.
And I'm not against them. It's just in certain situations, it's like, look, man, human ingenuity, it comes in handy.
It does.
You know, when you make a real quick decision about a situation, how many times have you slammed on your brakes and almost hit something?
Oh, plenty.
Right, that's what I mean. They don't.
Well,
Right.
even the one that drove through that live crime scene, right? Just human brain would say, "I shouldn't make a left here." What if somebody fires a bullet?
Right. Again,
but the Waymo can't do that.
Right. One more Waymo story. We toasted this one earlier today. A Waymo became an impromptu maternity ward when a woman using it got a little ahead of herself. She was using the Waymo to take herself to the hospital after she had gone into labor, but this was one of those birthing stories in which the baby was just done waiting. After detecting out of the ordinary activity in the back, the Waymo alerted authorities and initiated a call to check on the rider. Turns out she was giving birth right back there in the back of the car. The car finished its voyage of taking her to the hospital, and the couple are recovering just fine. The Waymo was taken out of circulation to be cleaned, and they've released a statement of congratulations to the new family.
Well, sure.
Hey, thanks for the afterbirth in the back. We'll cover that.
You think she got like a $70 fee?
I hope so.
You think they started? There's no way they can start charging.
Come on. But just in case that story left a bad taste in your mouth,
thankfully, there's good news.
A family in California is happy to be reunited with their beloved pet after he took himself on an adventure. The story doesn't detail how the escape was made, but the story goes that a little dog by the name of Chaco became separated from his family, leaving them scrambling to track down the pup. They searched as long as they could and nearly gave up hope until they got a phone call one day. Chaco was found tied to a fence in Lincoln, which the family thought was the small town just a little over 30 miles away from their home in the Sacramento area. Boy, were they wrong. They were actually talking about Lincoln, Michigan, a small town more than 200 miles north of Detroit.
Yeah, 2,000 miles away from where they were.
Right, 2,000 miles away from home, 200 miles north of Detroit is where that one was at.
Damn.
Luckily, he was microchipped, which is how they got a hold of his owners, and he was soon flown home, where they were reunited again. We don't know how he made it to Michigan. Chaco was picked up.
That is crazy.
Somebody stole
I'm going to
Chaco.
drive 4,000 miles to pick up a dog I haven't seen in 5 years?
Yeah, right. Guess what, kids? I never found him.
Yeah, keep him. Men's Room Sports, you got college hoops on Big Ten and ESPNU, and we've got hockey on TNT currently wrapping up to make way for the Kraken game in which they're hosting the LA Kings. Puck drops at 7 p.m. over on TNT. It's not on Kong tonight. It should be on over on Amazon, but it's on TNT tonight, so be aware of that. As far as your weather, did you like what you saw today? Do you want more?
Yeah.
Too bad. Cloudy with periods of rain and temperatures sticking to the low 50s until at least tomorrow. It's going to suck.
Yeah.
That's it for your headlines. With that, stay dry. Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time with the head chef, Ted's Meat and Potatoes, and the game known as Big Dummy, the lovely Jolene, up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, here's John from Devil Dog Pet Company.
We run our family business from Sterling Heights, Michigan, but we can reach customers all over the country thanks to Amazon. Good boy.
Shop small business on Amazon.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way.
Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
United Healthcare nurse Crystal checked in on a patient.
We do a routine call after surgery, and I could tell in her voice that she was struggling.
Crystal knew she needed help.
And I knew that this is very serious. This is like septic. This is life-threatening.
And she knew just what to do.
And I called the hospital and said, she's coming in. Here are her labs.
And got her the help she needed.
I see my role at United Healthcare as a life-saving role.
Hear more stories like Crystal's at UHC.com. Benefits, features, and/or devices vary by plan area. Limitation and exclusions apply.
In a world of endless notifications, there could be an important one you're missing. Your kidneys may be signaling an SOS. With high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes, your kidneys could be warning you of early signs of damage, which may put you at higher risk for events like heart attack or stroke. But there's a simple test that can help spot a hidden signal. Ask your doctor about a urine test called UACR to help detect kidney disease and heart risk early. To learn more, visit detectthesos.com today.
Coming at you live from Auto Trader, here's New Car Energy.
They're searching inventory. You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. It's smarter car shopping just for
Find
you.
your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.